telling the truth or you're lying. And I think it's largely based on like the body's heart rate response and things like that, and how you adjust to telling a lie versus telling the truth. At the very worst, you're signing up for like Jubilee and somebody who's running this video to like make your life messy and just give you answers as to whether or not you are lying or telling the truth. So as I said, you know, this is not the video for me. This is not something that I would be signing up to do on Jubilee. Taylor, would you sign yourself up for this?
No, I mean, this is so strange. People airing their lives in laundry. Like, I feel like the type of people who would sign up for something like this is a self-selected group. And I guess I'm talking about 19% of you in the chat right now, because we did do a poll and asked you guys if you would. And it's about 80 to 20 say they would not do it. And I'm definitely on the 80 side. You gotta have a little crazy, be a little fast and loose to sign up for something like this.
You really do. So let's meet these fast and loose individuals. All right.
Tickle in your arm?
Earlier that day.
Yeah, for some reason my heart's like...
I see that. Okie doke.
I think you're the least nervous so far.
I internalize all of it. I'm definitely nervous.
Are you ready to start the test?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you thought about breaking up with your partner recently?
Yes.
Do you think your partner has cheated or been unfaithful in any way?
Yes.
Are you hiding anything from your partner?
No.
I just asked you all the same 10 questions. It's time for us to find out if you were telling the truth.
Okay, why is he shirtless? What is he doing? And I see you guys are throwing in the comments, the shirtless dude is dating a trans woman. And I think I've seen this guy before because he went viral on, what was it, Twitter? Because he said, you know, I'm dating a trans person, but I'm not gay. I swear I'm straight.
This is that guy.
This is the guy. This is the guy who's like, I'm totally straight, even though I'm dating a trans woman. And it went super viral because everybody was, of course, throwing in their 2 cents and saying that it's still homosexual and all these different things. I don't know if we'll get into that discussion in this video, but I recognize him and he's quite the character, which makes sense as to why he's shown up with his shirt off.
I thought maybe someone told him it was like a skins versus shirts basketball match, and he just showed up at the wrong place.
Put a damn shirt on. What are we doing? This is a respectable establishment, okay? A Jubilee set. Put a damn shirt on.
Or if you were lying. Let's begin. The first question I asked you was, is your partner the best you've ever had in bed?
Oh gosh.
Jesse, you answered
No.
and this was the truth. Cassidy,
Sorry.
you answered
Yes.
and this was a lie.
Okay, well, even Steven then.
What's up, baby?
Rough start.
Rough start.
I know I laid it down, but goddamn.
The latest question.
Vanessa, you answered
Yes.
and this was the truth.
I'm wondering, is it better? Okay, let's say the answer is actually no on this question. Is it better to lie and then be told that you're lying for your partner? Is that like an easier pill to swallow? Or is it better to tell the truth and be like, you know, you're not, and just be honest, and then they say you're telling the truth? Like, this is an honest thing to hear. I personally wouldn't care either way. I guess, is that a harder pill to swallow for a man or a woman? I don't know. I feel like socially a man it would be a tougher,
Yeah, I mean, there's
news.
like the stereotype of the men being insecure about this question. So I would imagine that would lean in that direction for being harder on the men. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like if your relationship is in a place where you're secure in general, then maybe you're prepared for this question. But otherwise, maybe it creates a mess. But either way, I think it depends on the status of your communication going into it.
Yeah, some of you guys are saying this is breakup worthy. Wow, okay. This is breakup worthy. This is a deal breaker for you if you are not 100% number one on the list here. Very interesting.
Drew, you answered
Yes.
and this was the truth.
Oh, yeah. Truth tellers.
Chloe, you answered
Yes.
and this was a lie.
She had to hesitate. She hesitated.
Okay.
Ren, you answered,
Yes, absolutely.
and this was the truth.
There you go.
Drew and Vanessa, you both said yes, and you were both honest.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good.
Let's go. Yeah. We know what we like, so I guess it's each other.
Yeah.
Jesse.
Good answer. Keep it simple and move on. Don't go into detail. We don't need the details of your personal, intimate life.
He was not the best you've ever had in bed.
Correct.
Why?
I mean, because I've been with like over 1,000 women, and like the competition's a little rough, and I'm a fucking freak. If what's not being met that I need down there is not all the time and on a crazy level, it's hard for someone to take that spot.
Is there one
Brother, over 1,000. Okay, we've talked about like some high body count numbers on this channel, and I was like, you know, if you're pushing 100, 200, that's really high. 1,000. Oh my gosh.
specific person?
Oh my
I used
gosh.
to have this married lady out in Boca, this couple that let me sleep with his wife whenever I wanted, and they were a lot of fun, yeah.
How does that make you feel?
I feel like I kind of knew that. There's been experiences in his life that I have not encountered.
Well, Cassidy, you said yes, but you lied. Why did you lie?
Honestly,
truth.
I am. I don't. We do a lot of like couple play, so I'm sure other people have pleased me more and differently in different aspects.
Ren, you said yes, absolutely. That was true. But Chloe, you said yes, but lied. Why did you lie?
I have no idea what showed up like that. Like, I haven't had good sex before her, so, like, at all. Like, we've explored the most out of anyone I've been with. I have the most fun with her. Do you believe me? I believe you. You know,
You believe her even though the
history.
expert polygraph examiner got.
Okay, that's like an oxymoron. What is an expert polygraph examiner? What does that even mean when we know that the polygraph examiner is like largely defunct? It like doesn't mean anything. So what is your expert really? You're an expert at like looking at lines that go up a little higher and saying that they're lying. Please.
I don't know. I watched I listened to like a bunch of episodes of this true crime podcast. I think it's called Real Life Real Crime. This detective in Louisiana, he's retired now, and he was a polygraph expert, but like did a lot of these back in the day, and I believe they used them a lot more like in the earlier part of the process and interrogations and things like that. But he says that it's like a serious science to it. You need a lot of training, but they also do like several rounds of testing and get a very like firm control. And there's like this long process. So I doubt that it is that rigorous in the Jubilee studio as it would be like in a police station. And I think you're right that it is something that is largely not admissible and not relied upon in court. But I do, if you talk to a polygraph person, of course, they'll tell you like this is the most legit and serious thing ever. So I don't know. It's hard to say from the outside that whether it has any merit, but
I always
it's
wonder,
an interesting thing.
because you see those like celebrity lie detector videos that are all over YouTube and go super viral or whatever. There's no way a celebrity is like knowingly signing up for something that they cannot control. There's got to be some way in which they're telling these like polygraph readers whether or not they can say it's a truth or a lie, or like they talked to their publicist or PR person before. There's no way they're going into this. You think the Kardashians are going into a lie detector polygraph test blind without knowing what the answers are going to be? I'm pretty sure Kylie or Kendall or one of them has done it. Maybe even a few of them, I think, have actually done these. I don't think they're going into those without knowing exactly what to expect. Anyways, back to this video.
That it was a lie.
I believe you over everything, but I also do feel like maybe there was people that were better and more confident than I am. No one I thought about. I've told her all my sex stories and none of them were good.
Okay, let's move on to the next question.
Next question, please.
The next question I asked you all was, do you want to spend the rest of your life together? Jesse, when I asked you, you said,
Yes.
however, it was a lie.
Oh, I thought he was going to be telling the truth. Damn.
Cassidy, when I asked you, you said,
Yes.
it was the truth. Vanessa, when I asked you, you said,
Yes.
it was the truth.
Okay, Vanessa.
Drew, when I asked you, you said,
Yes.
And it was the truth. Chloe, when I asked you, you said
Yes.
and it came out true.
Told you guys.
Ren, you said yes as well, and it was also true.
Yeah.
A lot of love
Our
going on
first
here.
one.
Jesse, you lied.
So we live a crazy fucking lifestyle, and I never know where
Yeah, no doubt. That's why you didn't wear a shirt to the Jubilee video.
our life's gonna go. I never know if she's gonna wind up liking someone more or not, because we're in the adult film industry and we do a lot of stuff. And on our private life, we have a lot of fun too. We're a viral social media couple, so a lot of crazy stuff comes our way that, you know, gets in the way of our happiness.
Cassidy, how
Also,
do
she's
you
a dude.
feel?
Yeah, also, yeah, she is a man. Maybe we'll unpack that later.
Hearing that it's not true, he doesn't feel the same.
I think it comes down to knowing all the fun that we've had with everybody else. So I have to think on that.
He's got some thinking to do.
Yeah.
Don't think too hard about it.
Don't think too hard about it.
No,
Why?
because I put my life, I put everything on the line to be with this girl right here, and I've showed that through many ways, through social media, through personal actions. This is the one I want to be with. So she knows what's up. She knows what time it is.
Okay, she knows what time it
Next
is.
question I asked you all was, do you think your partner has cheated or been unfaithful in any way? Vanessa, you said,
No.
and it was the truth.
I trust you.
Good.
Drew, you also said no. However, it was the truth as well.
Okay, like,
Vanessa and Drew are killing it. That's on being a healthy couple, at least so far.
Jesse, you said,
Yes.
and this was the truth.
Yeah, I'm confident.
Cassidy, you also said yes, and it was the truth.
Well, yeah, I mean, if he's had 1,000 prior partners and you guys are messing around with other couples and sleeping around and doing whatever it is that you want, it's kind of a free-for-all. I don't know, if you're in the know about it, then I guess that's not being unfaithful or cheating, but I do think it opens you up more to instances of being unfaithful and cheating, and that's probably just running amok within their relationship with some of the numbers we're talking about there.
Cutthroat.
Chloe, you said,
Yes. Yeah.
and you picked up the truth.
Yikes. Yikes.
Ren, you said no.
No.
We picked up a lie.
Tables have
Ren,
turned.
why did you lie?
Oh, how the turntables.
I don't want to think that you ever did, and I don't have a time that I think you ever did. I know you to be an honest and loyal person, but the thought of that ever happening scares the living fuck out
Is
of
there
me.
a specific time or specific person that you?
No. She has a few.
She has a few.
Well, okay, yeah. There's been people that I've gotten like way too jealous over. Yeah. But you know, after time has passed, like I don't think that you actually ever did anything with them. Yeah. But they did make me nervous. Yeah.
She doesn't come across as being very confident with like whatever state the relationship is in. She's like, I don't know if I'm the best person you've ever been with. I don't know if you've ever cheated on me, or I'm worried, or I'm jealous about this and that. She doesn't seem very stable with whatever is going on between the two of them. The other girl, I don't have anything to say about her except that she's giving Billie Eilish. I feel like she's inspired by Billie.
I see why it showed up like that. Yeah.
Jesse, Cassidy, you both say yes, and it was the truth.
There's still been some uncertainty with different encounters. We'll have to figure that
I
out.
mean, yeah, there's times like, you know, where she don't come home. You know what I mean? Because we live a life like that.
Well, there's been
don't
times
come home.
both of
Yeah. Like,
you've been out for like 3 days.
yeah, I've been out just, you know, we're in South
days.
Florida.
Phone
yeah.
dead.
But we still love each other. We're still attracted to each other. We just tend to cheat on each other in a kink type of way.
In a kink.
Yeah,
It
in a
doesn't
kink
bother
type of
you.
way. No, we're always involved some way through dirty text messages,
Yeah.
FaceTimes, or something like that.
They pretend to cheat on one another? That is so interesting. And he's gone for 3 days. She's gone overnight. I have a feeling that these two are addicted to stressful situations. Like they have to have some sort of drama. And I feel as though often those sorts of relationships are characterized by traumatic upbringings or upbringings that are very much up in the air, maybe very messy parents, because if you're used to like mess and drama and you can't live in stability or you can't live in something that is boring, it's probably because you haven't been conditioned to like live under normal standards before. So you seek that out in very messy relationships. That is just my guess, because if you want to pretend like you're cheating on your significant other, but you want to be with them for life, but you're going on 3-day benders with these different people and she's going overnight with all these other people, you guys have some stuff that you have not unpacked in your past that you need to open up the box and start dealing with it, and preferably in front of a professional.
Yeah, what does that even mean to say I pretend cheat or we pretend cheat? You know, my wife sent me a meme today about how like when you're in your 30s or whatever, all of a sudden you become interested in bird watching. And I've talked a couple times about how much I like how kind of more boring and stable my life has become, and that is brought home looking at some of the absolute and utter chaos. But you know, if that's what they're into, then who am I to judge? But man, it makes me appreciate just stability, I might say.
Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do it.
That screenshots, pictures.
And it's the same for you?
Yeah.
She lets me go and have my playtime.
So are you guys cuffed?
Well, he's the cuck.
Yeah, I'll watch her get But I'll also join in too, because I'm dominant as fuck. So I'm a very type of diverse man.
Yeah.
Only a real man can watch their lady be pleasured.
What is going on?
That takes a lot of composure.
Drew, what do you think about that?
That's actually the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Like, just straight up.
Why do you say that?
Like, that makes no sense to me, like, at all. Like,
Dude, that is wild. That Drew, you get a round of applause. Where's it? Wow. Drew looked at that man, shirtless, ripped, probably on roids of some sort, looked like he's got a past and a violent one, and said, that is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Good for him. You gotta have some
Chad
bravery.
energy.
That is some Chad energy to say that to a man that is looking like that and giving that energy.
why would you want that?
Because I'm confident with her and I love her. I
I know you're confident. You got no shirt on. Like, you're the guy that doesn't have one. But hey, I appreciate, like, hey.
Okay,
like, good on
Drew.
you.
Yeah, I appreciate that,
So,
dog.
like, that's your thing. You can keep with that, but
Yeah.
Do you think it shows a lack of confidence if you're not willing to see
Absolutely
your partner
not.
get?
I don't want to be with anyone else, though.
Yeah, it depends on who is in the relationship.
Yeah, it's like between yourselves, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, even wanting it was hard to tap into. I've had my moments where I'm like ready to kill her or kill the guy, but you know, I would never do that because I love her. It's my
Oh
baby.
my gosh, this guy is like, he's Eminem, but without the skill. I don't know what's going on.
You should ask him that.
This is like those crazy relationships that you see in movies that are super toxic and traumatic, and the man wants to kill her but is also in love with her. It's very much giving that. And I bet you they'll be together for a very long time. I'm gonna call it right now. There's some like sort of level of toxicity that once you can withstand living in it for quite some time, you're stuck. Like that's where you're gonna be, and that's what you're used to, and that's what you're acclimated towards. I bet they're gonna be together for quite some time with this dynamic going on.
The next question I asked you all is, are you happy in your relationship? Chloe and Ren, you both said
Yes.
and you both told a truth.
Yeah. See, that first
Yay,
question.
Indeed. Vanessa and Drew, you both said yes, and it was the truth.
Let's go, man.
Sailing.
Let's go.
Right.
No bumps, no bumps.
Not yet.
Not yet. Jesse, you said,
No.
and this was the
going on?
truth that we found.
Yep.
Cassidy, you said,
Yes.
and it was the truth.
Yeah, I mean,
Speak your truth.
I speak my. Yeah, I've told her recently, because we live such a crazy life, I feel like we don't engage in just sex with just each other. You know, we're always doing some other.
Wasn't that your dream life?
I mean, but like I don't know. Yeah, I mean, my dream life was always to have a hot wife and play around, but be involved. Sometimes I'm not involved, and I feel like I've been forgotten about. So like when that feeling goes away,
Read my
of that.
answers again on what I said. Am I happy in the relationship?
Are you happy in your relationship?
What
You
was
said
my
yes.
answer?
You said yes, and it was the truth.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love you.
What can
But
Cassidy do?
definitely pay more attention to me. I feel like I'm a good-looking man. She's an amazing-looking woman. I feel like we're fucking hot as fuck.
So I think
There shouldn't be a reason you're out with other men, because all the other men she fucks with are ugly motherfuckers.
So interesting, guys. I feel like I'm watching National Geographic and like the camera's panning over to like, look at this interesting, eccentric human male out in the wild with this interesting dynamic that he has going on in his relationship. You've opened things up within your relationship, which is so often the case with a lot of guys. And I always see these stories on Reddit where these guys are married to women for quite some time and they get bored within a relationship. So they come to the wife and they go, oh, I'd love to have an open relationship because Cindy at work, who's his boss's secretary, flirts with him one time when he's in the break room. So he goes to his wife and is like, oh, can we open up our marriage? Is this something I really want? And the wife is reluctant and saying, this is not something I want out of my life. Like, I can't believe you're doing this to me. And then over time she goes, okay, let's open up the relationship. And then the husband goes to Cindy at work, who flirted with him in the break room, and Cindy's not interested in him. And then the wife opens up the floodgates to all these guys, because women constantly have men available to them no matter what condition you're in as a woman. And then the husband's like, oh, you're not giving me as much attention anymore, and this is not really what I wanted, and you don't find me attractive. It seems like this might be the case for their relationship, although they both have seemingly opened up the floodgates in that way, because they got a lot going on. So he's sleeping around and she's sleeping around, but what he really wants is her/him, and that's not happening at the rate that he wants it to. It's just a mess. I feel like it never goes well in polyamorous relationships and open relationships, whatever the dynamic is. One person is hurting or suffering more than the other, it seems, every single time.
Yeah, he's a bunch of walking contradictions. He's not gay, but he's dating a man, and he wants to be with this woman as this person as their hot wife, and yet they're in this open relationship where he's bragging about how much they cheat on each other for fun and pretend to cheat on each other and all these other things. He wants to kill her, but also wants her to be his everything. He wants to beat up men that sleep with her, but also allows it, and that shows how confident he is. It's just like, dude, which is it? And honestly, the more I listen to him talk, the more I kind of just feel bad for him, because it feels like he's just really hurt and confused on a very deep level and needs some therapy. And I don't think that going on a Jubilee video, airing all this out to millions of people is the best solution for his well-being and mental health going forward.
Right. And then they say we're a social media couple, which means that whatever horrible stuff is happening in their relationship is just being exacerbated by likes and views and validation and people seeking out their content. So this is on a train headed to nowhere with an endless cycle of validation for poor decisions, even though it seems like they're both pretty open about what they want in their relationship, but can't make it happen. Weird. It's weird.
That man might think he's flexing on me like he's with my girl or something. We made a bond no matter what. We'll never break up. We love each other.
Thank you all for your honesty.
All the other couples are like, brother,
The next question I asked you all was, have you thought about breaking up with your partner recently? Jesse, you said yes.
Oh.
And we caught the truth.
Yes.
Cassidy, you said
No.
and this was the truth.
Interesting.
Wow.
Vanessa and Drew, you both said
No.
No, I haven't.
however, no, you both told the truth.
Oh my gosh, they are crushing it. They are crushing it.
And Ren, you both said
Yes, we've been through some stuff. I guess that's a yes then, a little bit.
so you thought about breaking up
Yeah,
recently.
like 3 days ago.
3 days ago. What happened?
I already forgot what happened.
Oh shit. You know how awful it would be? You like have a problem pop up in your relationship 3 days before you have to appear on a Jubilee video to do a polygraph test for what's going on in your relationship. That's the most awful time to have. You know, I would be like, honestly, with the timing on this, with the date on the calendar, we might as well just break up. Let's call Jubilee and say we can't make it. We can't. Even if you guys want to mend things, that is horrible timing to have your laundry aired out live
They should have had the first question on the polygraph be, are y'all actually in a relationship or still in a relationship as you're getting here? Because now you're having to manufacture this real relationship to be lying or telling the truth about in the polygraph test. Just wild.
3 days prior is wild. I'd be like, pause, like Adam Sandler and Click. I'd be like, we got to pause this relationship. We're gonna pause. Actually, we'll just pause the argument. Let's come back to this argument after we film the Jubilee video, and let's just pretend that we are on good terms right now, because no.
Oh, okay.
You forgot why you were gonna break up?
I don't know. I'm like blacking out. So,
Oh, you remember now.
go ahead. How do I explain this? Go ahead. We have had some issues, I think, just with her being able to fully trust me. There's fears of loyalty and also codependency issues. We just got engaged. Like, I want this to feel better than what we're both terrified of right now, or at least what I'm terrified of right now.
Yeah.
I was basically like, you're either in it with me, like in it, or like leave me, give me back the ring, and I'll go off.
Why did you have doubts whether she was in it or not?
Because she told me that she has a need to gain validation from men and women when I'm not around, in a way that, like, I questioned it, like, if they were to, like, ask you out or tell you they want you or whatever, would it make you feel good when I'm not there? And she said, yeah. And so I just didn't like how that felt.
There's something there. Okay, I was thinking about this. Like, okay, I think this feeling exists within a lot of relationships, but it depends on the degree to which this feeling exists. I think both men and women who may be in very secure relationships do like the idea that other people find them attractive, that other people are interested in them. But there is a line that you don't cross when it comes to the interest of others, of engaging with that interest, trying to get more interest out of that person, or, God forbid, they're asking you out and you're saying yes to a person who's asking you out when you're in a relationship. And if you can't quell the unrest within your relationship and make your partner feel secure in the fact that you're not going to go down that path, even though you might seek validation or want to be seen as attractive and interesting to other people, then that's a really unhealthy thing to be going on. It's just going to breed insecurity within the person that you're with, and you should be the one who stomps that insecurity out, because it is largely based on your actions, largely based on your truthfulness. But I think it exists within not all, but most people, this feeling of, oh yeah, I hope I'm still attractive to other people, just because it's a value that we have within society and within our communities and blah, 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 blah. But the safe place to be in as a relationship is not acting on that need for validation that you have, or seeking out attraction from other people because you have a deep-seated need for validation.
Right. It's one thing to be like, yeah, it makes me feel good to know that I'm desired, and I can admit that, because ultimately it doesn't really hold any sway over me or my decisions, or my loyalty and my faithfulness to you. But if you're communicating that in a way where it's like, I have this deep-seated insecurity that makes it so that I crave the affection that I should be getting from you from other people, and if you're not around, I could potentially be swayed to be disloyal to you because of that insecurity, then yeah, that just means you're not ready for a relationship. And you need to deal with that issue before you try to bring someone else into your life, before you've dealt with that. So depending on how she's communicating it, I guess I would sympathize with the banana girl on that one.
Yeah, and that's like, it's another point to what we've been noticing about this girl, that she's maybe a little bit insecure and unsure of herself. And then when that insecurity and unsureness enters your relationship, then guess who's unsure about your relationship? Your partner. That's a really tough thing to have to go through, and to be able to judge, especially when you're trying to make a big commitment and they're talking about getting engaged and married and stuff like that. It's a big thing. Not only the biggest relational commitment you're going to make in your life outside of having kids, but the biggest legal commitment you are going to make in your life. So it's no small matter.
Yeah, that's deep. That's where we're at.
The next question I asked you all:
do you like your partner's friends and family?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Vanessa, this is your first lie. It's about Drew's friends and family.
Get with it.
I don't know why it's a lie. I like all your friends
No,
and
you don't.
family.
You don't.
Drew, who do you
See,
think?
there's a healthiness to their relationship that you can sort of sense, and when they're talking to each other, like even though it was just put out that he had a lie, he just makes a joke out of it and is like, yeah, tell me why you're lying to me, because it seems as though he's so confident that whatever the answer is, it's a healthy answer, that he's not worried about the fact that a random polygraph test said that she's lying about the dynamic between their friends and family.
I think it is.
Yeah, who do you think it is?
I think it's Matthew.
I like Matthew.
No,
too.
Who is that? Is that just a
That's my
friend?
best friend.
His
He's your
best
best,
friend.
your
Yeah.
best friend.
Yeah, for like past like 8 years.
Why do you think she doesn't like him?
I think she's jealous of our like really close relationship.
Vanessa, is that true?
Not at all. Ask me again later, and maybe it will be different. Give me a name next time.
Friends and family? I mean, yes. I love her friends. I love her mom's side of the family. Her dad's side, not so much.
I don't like some of her old friends, and she's not friends with them anymore, and some of her family and I don't get along, so. Yeah, I guess like you and your mom have like the closest relationship of any daughter, mother, parent ship that I've ever seen, and I love that, and I love everyone on your mom's side. I think for us, it's pretty self-explanatory why I don't like your dad. You don't like your dad very much either.
No.
Sorry if this is getting put online.
How are you guys doing with your significant others, family, and friends? Do you like them? Are you vibing with them? Drop it in the comments. Maybe we'll do a poll. Let
I'll
us
make a
know.
poll, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see this?
Maybe, I don't know. He sees everything.
Possibly.
I haven't really talked to him my whole life, and the very few times she's met him, he's been like literally just as horrible to her, so. Yeah. So, makes sense.
The next question I asked you all was, have you ever fantasized about someone else while in bed with your partner? Jesse and Cassidy, you both said
Yes.
and it was the truth for both of you.
Yeah, I mean, again, with the numbers that they're stacking up in this couple, there's no doubt about it. When they talk about like pair bonding and the experience that you have within couples, I think just regardless of how you feel about body count, which you could be totally fine with whatever the body count, it could not matter to you, whatever. I think it does, the more experience you have with more people, it does introduce a different dynamic of like those experiences, be it real life experiences, porn experiences, whatever they are, those do not leave you as a person, and they can start to enter your intimate relationship within your marriage, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is, without you having any choice in the matter, just because it's simply something you experienced and it's stored somewhere because you went through it. And that's not to necessarily place a negative judgment on those things. It's just to say that it's now a dynamic that you've introduced. I keep saying the word dynamic. I need to figure out another word. Somebody give me synonyms for dynamic in the chat. But it's now, it's just now an aspect of life that you've introduced into your relationship because of your prior experiences. And a lot of people can be very insecure about those things, or it's a deal breaker for a lot of people, as you know, it's totally reasonable that if you're worrying or thinking about somebody else when you're intimate with your partner, there might be some things to unpack there. But yeah, the more things you experience and the more you open up the Pandora's box with that, the less choice you sort of give yourself over whether or not that happens in your relationship, I think.
Drew and Vanessa, you both said no, and this was true for both of you.
Let's
no
go. I'm not
fantasizing.
thinking about other people.
Chloe and Ren, you both said
No.
of you lied.
Ooh.
What?
That hits different for me.
They're not ready. That couple is not ready to be having this polygraph test right now, because they're not taking into account that really the answers on the polygraph don't matter that much, but it's also going to open up a huge can of worms, I think, for both of their insecurities. They're so insecure about their relationship with one another that this is not good.
Chloe, let's start with you. Why did you lie about this?
I've straight up told her like when she was like, would you ever cheat on me or whatever, I was like, I've pictured myself with other people while I'm with you, like to know if it's like, because we've had a really dark moments, and like I've had moments where I'm like, why don't you be with someone else? And she's like, why don't you be with someone else? And at our darkest spots, I have been like, is that what I want? Can I see it? And like, do I imagine that my sex life would be better with someone else because like we're working through some stuff there? And like, in general, I've thought about it and I've told her, like, I'm just very honest about it. Like, I've always considered.
But this is in the bedroom while you both are with each other.
Oh, well, I think that's why I failed. I misread the question. I've never thought about anyone while I'm having sex with you.
Yeah, I haven't either.
But apparently you have.
Apparently you have.
The bandana girl comes off as very trustworthy and more, maybe it's just the way she's speaking, maybe it's her demeanor. She comes off as more confident in herself and a little bit more truthful and honest. Like maybe she's been a little bit more introspective within her life. The girl on the right without the bandana seems just, there's something off.
Ren, it seems like you understood the question.
I haven't.
So you have pictured someone, fantasized about someone else while having sex with Chloe?
I haven't, no. I love having sex with you and you only. Like, I get scared about, any sort of going outside relationship type stuff, so, like, I just...
Why do you think our expert polygraph examiner got
Why would you
a
say
lie
that?
then?
Pause. Why would you say that? Why, if you're dating somebody and they say like, I get really scared and really fearful about like going outside of our relationship or like cheating on our relationship, that's kind of strange. I can understand somebody saying like, oh yeah, I have no intention of seeing somebody else, or I have no intention of being with somebody else. I don't really worry about being with other people. I really like you. But if a man or a woman sits you down and you're in a relationship and they say, I am so scared about stepping outside of our relationship, just know that that is something that they're thinking about. Just know. I'm telling you right now, almost unequivocally, they're thinking about stepping outside of your relationship, or they have experienced something while you've been dating them that has led to an attraction to another person that has scared them about whether or not they're going to do something wrong to you. And it doesn't have to necessarily be like a deal breaker that you need to break up with this person or something like that. It's just something to flag in your brain of if they have a deep-seated fear of stepping out on you, it's probably because they know how capable they are of committing the act.
I feel just like with the other thing, it's like a scary question. I said that. You can't take what I said.
Well,
Who is it?
there's no one else that I think about.
Your jaw's doing that weird thing.
You have a tell. She knows your tell. Do you think you know who it is?
She
maybe
doesn't
a famous
have-
person. Maybe
This is awful. You need to give these two a room, take their mics off, and let them put this away.
someone you don't actually know.
She doesn't have celebrity crushes.
Hey,
that's what you told me.
Who does? Okay, this is another thing. I'm sorry, I keep pausing this video because I'm gonna keep yapping at y'all. If you're dating somebody and they're like, I don't find anybody else attractive. I've never seen a celebrity that I find attractive in any way, shape, or form. I've never seen another man or woman that I find attractive. They are lying. They are lying to you. They are not telling the truth. And why would you not tell the truth about that? Maybe you have an insecure partner who cannot handle the truth on that matter. I'll give you space for that because some people freak out if they hear that you find somebody else attractive. But if you don't have one, why are you not telling the truth? And it's because the actual truth, the truth that goes beyond the celebrity crushes and beyond the traction, is probably something that's going to upset you and probably something that's going to make you feel insecure. So they lie about the small things so as to not tell you the big things. That's just my 2 cents. That's just what I got to say.
She just strikes me as like just generally not comfortable in her own skin and isn't really at peace with like her own desires, her own thoughts, her own like view of the world, her own standing in the world on her own 2 feet. It just feels like she's over analyzing everything and calculating the things that she's communicated in the past in her relationship and what she's saying here on the video. And it just feels like she needs to overcome that in order to engage with another person in real life and engage with the public in real life on a platform like this, because you're just going to come across as somebody who's tied up in this web of contradictions when you're constantly calculating and just too self-aware. Like you talked about, the big difference was the girl with the bandana seems more self-assured, whereas this other girl, I don't think she's necessarily malicious, but she just seems like a little naive and just crippled by insecurity to where it is just getting in her way of anything she's trying to do in life and in communicating how she feels about anything.
Right. She just seems a little not ready. Now, as far as the last prompt on do you guys like your partner's friend's family, 46% of you say yes, 13% of you say no, and 40% just want to show results. So y'all didn't have any 2 cents on that, or maybe you're not dating right now, but 46% to 13, it's pretty good. Pretty good. A lot of you like your partner's family.
I've told you some of them.
First one.
All right. Thank you all for your honesty. The next question I ask you all.
Do you miss being single?
No.
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 Jesse and Cassidy, you both told the truth. Chloe and Ren, you both said no, and you were both telling the truth. Vanessa and Drew, you both said no as well. However, Drew lied.
Oh man.
Drew, this is your first lie. You miss being single, huh?
I don't think so, but maybe I do.
What is it about being single that you miss?
I think it's because he used to be a whore when he was single.
You used to be a whore.
And he would tell me all about it. We were best friends, so I know a lot.
You know a lot.
Too much.
Oh, too much tea.
Why did you lie about it?
I mean, I do enjoy being in a relationship, but you know, there's always like those days where you're like, oh, I wonder what I'd be doing if I wasn't in a relationship. You know what I mean? You're like dependent on somebody, but it's fun to be independent sometimes. You know, you go through your day like for yourself. You don't have to worry about anybody.
Vanessa, how do you
Good answer. Good answer.
feel finding out that he misses being single?
No, I'm not hurt by that at all. I think it's like everyone like kind of just wants to like feel different sometimes because like you get like stuck in like a rut and like a routine. So I understand.
I'm more of like I value my like alone time, so maybe that could be from that. So it's nothing against Vanessa.
That is a secure couple if I've ever seen one. They're just so honest, straightforward, not afraid of an answer, even if the answer is not like traditional or not necessarily something they want to hear. That's solid.
Next question I asked you all was, does your partner need to lose weight or exercise more? Every single one of you, this is unheard of, every single one of you said no, and every single one of you told the truth. I think this is...
I like how he said this is unheard of, and this is the first time Jubilee has ever done this style of show.
First time
Also, they're all like generally fit and skinny.
Yeah, they are all generally fit and hanging out.
Fit. You didn't say yes? Really?
Right.
Oh my goodness.
I was like,
Can you flex for us a
Are
little
you
bit?
serious, bro?
Yeah. The lighting is really good. We set it
I don't
up
rock
so
no
we can-
shirt because I'm a cocky.
Don't ask me to
It's just my
flex. It's not
style.
like I came here shirtless.
Yeah, exactly. Like, please.
Are they just constraining you?
I mean, I don't know, man. Like, you want me to flex
Oh.
my shit? Like, you know what I mean?
Right?
You know what? I'm going back and forth. I'm on like a tightrope about this guy because I'm like, he is clearly so problematic. There's so many problems going on right now, but there's something endearing about the fact that he is just unabashedly himself and saying whatever comes to his mind at any moment, and just confidently being there in all the glory and messiness that he actually is. And then to that, I gotta give props.
Honestly, I wish I wasn't a woman because I want to do that.
I want to do that.
Yeah, just like hang.
We can tell that she, out of their relationship, is the one that wishes she was not the woman. I know people say this, and like when you look at gay relationships, you can see kind of who's the man and who's the woman. I think 9 times out of 10 that's true. And in this case, Bandana Girl is the man of the relationship, and the girl without is the woman of the relationship. And y'all might hate me for saying that, but 9 times out of 10, it is very much the truth. There is a deeply masculine force in the relationship and a deeply feminine one. And Bandana Girl is definitely the masculine.
For this next question, only one person actually told the truth. 5 of you lied.
Okay.
This was the question.
Are you hiding anything from your partner?
No, I am not.
No. No.
No.
No.
Who thinks they told the truth?
You'd think the natural answer would be yes. Hiding, I guess, is the operative word, which means that you're purposefully holding something back from your partner. But there's got to be things that you haven't told your partner, either knowingly or unknowingly. And I guess that would constitute hiding. So on a polygraph test, I feel like that'd be a very almost an inadmissible question.
You think, Drew? You think
I told the truth. I think I did. I'm like open.
Answered.
Who thinks they lied? Raise your hand. Who thinks they lied? Who knows they lied?
I don't think I lied.
5 of you
I
did.
don't feel like I lied.
Wow. Okay. The only person who told the truth was Drew.
Drewski.
You were right.
I never tell a lie my whole life. Never told a lie.
I respect it, dog. I respect it.
Well, you did tell one today.
Oh wait, yeah, I forgot about that. No,
That you have.
edit it, cut it out, cut it out.
Vanessa, this was one of your few lies today. What are you hiding from your partner?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
I don't know what I'm hiding. I mean, maybe it's something that like, just like something minute and nothing like even meaningful. And like I just need
Must
to
have been
tell you.
meaningful if it like set something off.
What could it be?
I honestly have no clue yet. Probably about the college stuff.
All right.
Probably
The
about
college
that.
stuff. What is Chloe and Ren? You both lied. You both lied.
Damn.
What are you hiding, Chloe?
I don't think I'm hiding anything, but our relationship's been so like quaky recently, like real quaky, that like we haven't even talked for a couple days. So I think I just feel like, if anything, I mean, like, I guess it would be how serious I mean it when like I say like I'll leave her if she doesn't like start respecting like our relationship. Like I've told her a lot, but I still haven't really registered that like within her reaction that she really believes that I'll leave. And I will.
That's valid. She said, "You can make my earthquake." Tyler, the Creator. Anybody? No?
If
Can't help
we
you.
can't heal something here.
Ren, do you hear her now?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard you. Like, I know that you will. I know that, like, when you're done, you're done. I don't think you actually believe that, though.
She doesn't buy it.
I don't want to. Yeah, and it shows. I don't want. Wait, would you like?
I see what's going on here. I honestly think Bandana Girl has her clocked 100% and knows that she has some problems that she's dealing with internally. The girl on the right, no bandana, and is super insecure, but also is not so sure about wanting to be in a relationship and is thinking about her attraction to other people and the validation that she needs from other people or whatever, but is probably somewhere in her brain thinking, this girl is not going to leave me. I got this girl on lock. You know, I can put her through a whole bunch of stuff and a whole bunch of uncertainty, and she's probably still going to be there for me. So I don't necessarily have to fix all these problems, or maybe I'm not ready to confront these problems. And the bandana girl is telling her, and she's probably told her about 15 times, which is why she thinks she's going to continue to stay. I can't continue through this. I'm not going to be able to stay through this. This is not going to last. Here's an engagement ring. Let's get married. This is not going to last. This is not going to last. But one time, there is going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. And that girl is going to leave. And then the girl on the right is going to get her act together and solve all the problems because she's alone to solve the problems and does not have somebody to lean on to not solve them, who is always going to be there. And then by that time, it'll be too late. It's like the classic rom-com thing. You know, you figure it out as soon as you lose the thing that was valuable and you lose the person who was telling you the truth all along. And then when you go back to them, it just doesn't work out because they're fed up and the time has passed. That's what I'm seeing.
It's just time to call TOD on this relationship, wave the white flag, whatever you want to say. Because if you're having also to like hold it over your partner's head that no, like you better believe I really will leave you if you don't do this or whatever. It's like we've disintegrated into something that is just unsustainable. It's very difficult to read. And maybe if there is something to salvage there, just separate and figure it out. Maybe that you guys can deal with your own issues separately. And then once you're put back together, then maybe if there's there, you can figure that out. But it just looks like this is kind of dead on arrival, which I guess it was 3 days ago before they started this video shoot. But we're definitely seeing the evidence of that, it seems.
Yeah, I think so. And Chris says in the comments, either that or she jumps into another relationship. That's the other option. You either like take a break and fix what you've been told to fix, or you find somebody else to be codependent with, I guess, because they said codependency is one of their problems.
Lie about.
What were you hiding?
What was your secret?
What was the
I
secret?
feel like I'm not hiding anything in specific, so it's frustrating, but I do feel like it's hard for me to talk about my feelings sometimes and have them like be heard in the way that I feel them, even though I know you try your
Why is that?
hardest. Because I feel like, I don't know, I don't feel like my feelings make sense.
This is part of our problems right now.
Or are
She
valid.
doesn't tell me anything.
You don't tell her anything? You don't talk to her about deep things?
I mean, we do. We
It's
do
the
talk
things
about
that, like,
deep
really
things,
matter
But
that
yeah,
she
I think
leaves
it's
out.
the things that I have a harder time, like, communicating about.
Jesse,
Okay, what she just said there, and that my feelings don't make sense, it's because it's going to be something that's going to hurt you if she tells you the truth. It's going to hurt. And the girl is saying, tell me. Even if it hurts me, tell me what the truth is. And she's going, no, I'm not going to deal with it, because she thinks she's going to leave. So you're scared of the leaving if you say what you want to truly say, but she's also going to leave you if you don't say what you truly want to say. And she can tell when you're lying. So it's going to be...
Cassidy,
It's going to be a rough road for these two. A rocky road like the ice cream.
both lied as well. Cassidy, let's start with you. What are you hiding from Jesse?
It's not even as a sexual aspect to it. It could just be so many different things that I'm not necessarily lying about, but withholding. I feel like
she'll not tell me something to protect me.
Yes.
Because if I hear the wrong thing, I might snap. I might cry. I might be in the corner. I mean, same thing with her. Like, I've not told her things to protect her.
A lot of
Yeah, no shit, Jersey Shore. Jesus, he looks like he just punches the drywall for fun. Like that's his workout.
Protecting of like a brand and.
Yeah.
Jesse, can you give us one example of something that you withheld to tell Cassidy to protect her, even if she knows now?
So before her transition, she was somebody else. I saw this website one time of like who you were before that, and I know you would never show me the pictures of you before that, but I've actually erased it out of my mind. I don't even remember what it looked like because I know how much it would have fucking hurt you if you knew what I knew you looked like. So that's something I didn't want to tell you because I still want to ruin that. But like I truly have forgotten those images that were on Google. You know.
Actually, that's very. There's a lot I can say. We've talked about gender extensively on this channel. It's actually a very sweet sentiment that he just shared with him, her, whatever you want to say, of, I accept you for this person that you are. I love you despite the many places you've been in life. And there might be some denial in his existence towards his identity and stuff like that. But nonetheless, he has an intimate relationship with this person. He loves this person and wants to protect a boundary that was set within their relationship. And that's valid. This guy's already received enough hate, I think, on the internet for defending his relationship, defending the identity that's attached to it. The reality is he's dating a trans woman, and that comes with its own, its own can of worms. We keep saying can of worms in this episode, but at the minutia of it, you love this person, you want to respect them, and that's valuable that you've been able to find that. I think I hope everybody finds love in the world, regardless of how you identify or who you are. And this seems like a very toxic, interesting, complex form of love. But nonetheless, I'm glad you guys have some sort of happiness with one another.
That's truthful. That's some real shit.
All right, everybody, we're gonna tally up the score and we're gonna find out how much each of you lied. Jesse, you lied a total of 2 times. Cassidy, you lied a total of 3 times. Vanessa, you lied a total of 2 times as well. Drew only lied once.
Just the one.
Just the one. Everybody gets 1. Chloe, you lied a total of 4 times.
Damn.
It's almost 50%. Ren, you lied a total of 3 times. Chloe, you are the person who lied here the most. Okay. We're now gonna set each of you head to head in the hot seat to interrogate your partner.
Oh gosh, it gets worse. Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I guess so. What time to capture your breathing?
Do you like doing this?
Oh, yeah.
I bet it's
Are you
fun.
kidding?
Have you ever been on the other end of it?
Yes, with the sheriff department. Yeah. Are you ready to start the test?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Have you ever eaten at McDonald's?
Yes.
Do you have any regrets about dating me?
Absolutely not, no.
Okay, good answer.
Have I ever given you the ick to where you didn't see me the same long term?
No.
That's got to be a lie. I don't know. With all the stuff that we've learned throughout this episode, I think you've done that on many an occasion.
Also, so Gen Z phrasing. Have I ever given you an ick? It's like a very serious, like polygraph question. It's like, have I ever given you the ick?
Right.
Like, so serious right now.
Yeah, that is wild. That is wild. Please.
That's a yes.
This is how I know the polygraph test needs to get thrown out, because there's no way that is true. She's said multiple times how she sees this girl differently because of things that have been, entering into their relationship, different anxieties, insecurities, lack of commitment, all these different things. But that was true, that she hasn't changed the way that she's seen her.
It's true?
It's true.
What's
Are you
true?
questioning?
You said it's a yes.
It's true.
Like I'm not lying?
Like you're not lying.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
She didn't even know. She didn't even know if she was
Are you
lying.
happy with how I perform in the bedroom?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good.
They are so cute. Oh my gosh. I want to go on a double date with Drew and Vanessa.
Can I just say this whole time, I can't shake the thought. Do you know who Ray Romano is? This guy is like Gen Z Ray Romano.
Yes, I know who Ray Romano is. I guess he does kind of
Everybody
have
loves Raymond.
he does kind of have the mouth going on.
Yeah. And the voice, the mannerisms. I mean, it's the whole thing.
That's-
Let me know in the chat if you guys see it too.
Yeah,
unless I'm
do a
crazy.
poll. Do a poll. Do you guys agree with the Ray Romano characterization here?
Have you ever ignored my texts or calls on purpose?
Yes, I have.
Why were you ignoring me?
There you go.
Because I like my alone time. Like, I like you, but I like to.
That's totally valid. I think like we're in this strange time that just because we have phones in our pockets now, everybody thinks they have access to your time. Your job thinks they have access to your time. Your friends think they have access to all your time. Your significant other thinks they have access to your time. Like outside of safety situations where somebody's checking in on you, just because you carry a phone on you does not mean that somebody else is obligated to your time or to your response. And that's something that should be respected within a relationship. And a lot of people can't manage to respect that within a relationship. They think just because you have a phone on you, I should text you and get an immediate response. And where's my button? Where's my button for that?
That is not correct.
That is not correct. Okay. Let's move on.
Do my own thing.
Okay, that's valid. I understand. Don't let it happen again, though.
If you had the opportunity to leave me and start over in LA, would you do it?
No.
Oh, I thought he was telling the truth.
Seems like the polygraph had a different answer.
No, what the fuck do you think?
I think that if an opportunity presented itself, maybe you would take it, maybe you wouldn't.
Well, this is where I'm going to put a little spin on your fucking question.
Okay.
I would leave you to
So aggressive for what?
do what I got to do, but understand I would come back with a big fucking bag. And that would be
Okay.
the reason that I would leave you. Not for a woman, not for love, not for sex. It would be to share the wealth with you.
Because it takes a lot to be with a woman like me.
Absolutely. And I think I'm the only man that was made to be with you. And I'll do whatever I got to do to make.
See, this is why girls fall for toxicity, because they start talking like this and you're like, ooh, he's gonna go make a bunch of money and bring it back to me and all this stuff. And you're like, oh my gosh, I'm the only woman who's ever supposed to be with you. That is so like endearing and romantic. And what he really means is like, I will kill you if I cannot be with you. And I have dreams of killing you whenever I imagine you with another person. But all you're hearing is, oh my gosh, he really wants to be with me. Oh my gosh, he really loves me.
Yeah, and that was his like saving the fact that he said, if given the chance, I would leave you to start over afresh. Like, that was a clever save on his part. We haven't really praised this guy's intellect, but that was a good one.
There you go. Maybe he's telling the truth. There's something about him that I'm like, I just feel like you actually are telling the truth at all times. I don't know what it is about him that, because he just does not care what your response is going to be. Honestly.
Make sure that you get to live that one life that you dreamed of. So at any cost, I'll do whatever I got to do, but I would come back.
I believe you.
There you go.
Do you
I believe
feel
you.
held back by the fact that I have a lower sex drive than you?
Long pause.
Answer
Held
yes.
back sexually, yes.
Okay, I was gonna say yeah. That long pause.
Okay, that was the truth.
That was a pregnant pause.
I was gonna say, but
I think that.
I just
think
want to
that
have
checks
sex
out.
more. I mean,
Yeah, I agree with that.
there's a beast that I'm trying to uncage.
Oh my god.
She's definitely the masculine one in the relationship. Did you just hear that? She said there's a beast I'm trying to uncage. I've only ever heard a man. I've never heard a man say that, but I know that a man would say that.
How long would it take you to move on if we split up?
Probably like, before I go like mess around, probably like 6 months.
Yeah, the answer is actually 2. Shave off 4 months from whatever the answer is because the pause was so long.
she's already over it.
Yeah, exactly. She's already removed in her mind. The answer is actually 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You know, 6 months.
How does that make you feel?
I think in my head I thought that like the messing around idea of it would be sooner because I know that like you would want to fill the empty space with.
She's like, I'll do it while we're in a relationship. I can't. I'm so sorry. Let me shut up.
With other people in a way.
Yeah.
I think for you to actually like
I'm dying.
emotionally move on and love and be with another person, 6 months sounds a little short to me, but I don't think that's what you meant by that either, so.
No, I would never forget you, ever.
Yeah.
Do you ever regret
Well,
dating
duh.
me and wish we just stayed friends?
No, I'm glad we're dating. Probably should have waited for the answer.
That's a lie.
That's a lie?
See, how does that square? Well, earlier they asked them the question, like, are you happy in your relationship? He says yes, he gets the truth for it. They asked them, do you guys want to be together forever? He got a truth for saying yes to that. But now when he's asked, should you guys have stayed friends? And he says, no, I'm glad we're dating. He gets told that he's lying. How does that square if your polygraph is accurate? It just does not make any sense at all.
She's lying. No, I
Exactly, Drew. She's lying. Say she's lying.
No, I don't regret dating you.
Do you think that we should have just stayed friends in college and stuff, and our carpool should have just been like as friends?
No, I'm glad. I have a lot of fun with you. You're like my best friend. So I think that's like the truth.
Do you think you're alpha?
Oh my gosh.
No.
Do you think
no,
you're
I do not
alpha?
think I am.
I don't know. He was an alpha earlier.
That's
when
a
you called
lot.
out the other
I
dude.
know, yeah. When you called out what's his name and said he's the dumbest shit you ever heard.
And he's had the like laid back Chad, just chill energy. I mean, he doesn't
Yeah.
like have the stereotype. He's a Gen Z alpha, like your Timothy
He's
Chalamet. That's the new masculine guy, I guess. So he's doing it.
Right. He's a Sigma male. Is that what you guys call it these days? Isn't that the new Sigma male?
Get the fuck out of here. No, I do not think I'm alpha. Fuck that. That's some cringe. I bet the guy who had no shirt in here earlier thought he was alpha though. Not me.
Do you think your ego's
Tired.
He's literally not letting up. Oh my gosh.
egotistical
Yeah.
and narcissistic?
Yes.
You don't.
That's a lie?
Yeah.
Well, maybe I am a good person.
You just think you're alpha.
I guess I'm just alpha. That's fucking bullshit. I'm fucking pissed. No, I'm not.
Do you have any resentments towards
funny.
me?
Yes.
Oof. That's a tough one.
What resentment do you have towards me?
Remember the day that I let you go out for a night and I gave you a pass? I said you could do whatever you want tonight. You can have fun. You could fuck whoever you want.
So
do whatever
there's
you
the
want.
answer in your question. You gave me a pass.
Yes, but you were supposed to come home and make it hot for me. But
Yeah.
instead, you wound up passing out in somebody's bed.
So I put the
and I woke-
pass and passing out.
Yeah, so I wound up waking up to an empty bed, and I thought maybe for a second, maybe she's dead.
No, actually, that's valid. That's the amount of disrespect. The amount of disrespect. You get to a point in your relationship where this man is giving you a pass to go and do whatever you want, which is a rarity in relationships. But they have a whole different thing going on right now. And all he says is come back to the house, and you don't come back. Oh no. Oh no. That would not play out well.
I got that
maybe
as
she's
in a
not.
relationship.
So I thought, that was a little fucked up on your end.
Yeah.
But you're a crazy lady. And, that's who I date, and that's what it is. So.
And he loves it. He loves it. He is toxic.
No, don't make excuses for her. You finally have something, and he's just giving it right back up.
He would not survive if his relationship was boring. It seems like he's toxic. He's toxic.
I'd rather deal with your than anyone else's. So that's what it is.
As a man, do you think there's somebody out there that could give me a better life than you have?
Yes.
Do you have anybody in mind or just somebody in general?
No, it's no one in mind. It's just a simple fact that you've entered my life when I was going through a rough drug addiction, and it took a lot out of both of us. It stripped me from everything that I have to offer as a man and a human being, and you just had to watch me deteriorate myself. And I just know that the type of person I am, I'm always going to be a little hard to deal with. I'm a complicated person.
Yes.
And I know there's probably a man out there who's calm, zen, a lot of money, big cars, big house. But you know what? I think that you respect a man watching me try to get it rather than be with a man who has it already.
Absolutely.
He's making sense. Somebody said in the chat, almost stop defending this man. I'm not defending him as an individual or all the things that he's saying. All I'm saying is I value honesty, and sometimes a broken clock is right twice a day, and sometimes the person who's gone through the most and done the craziest stuff and is just here being honest has seen a lot more and understands a lot more, and through their honesty is just capable of a lot more than a lot of other human beings are going through, because a lot of the things that he's saying are true, but other people are gonna look down on him or not agree with him, maybe because of the way that he comes off, his vibe, and also because it's things that they struggle with internally that they're incapable of saying it out loud. And he's the one who's coming forward and actually just saying the truth out loud because he's been through it. It seems like he's been in a deep pit in life through the drug addiction, all the sexual stuff he's got going on, and he's just, here to be honest. And that I have value for. It's kind of like the UFC fighter Nate Diaz. A lot of people hate on Nate Diaz. They say he's so dumb, he's no intelligence, he doesn't know what he's talking about, whatever. Every time I listen to Nate Diaz speak, I'm like, he hit the nail on the head. He's being extremely truthful. You can tell he's seen some stuff, and he just knows, he understands the world in a way that a lot of people don't get the opportunity to. And I see that in this guy, not to the same extent as Nate Diaz, because Nate Diaz needs his flowers. I don't know about that, but there is that level of you've experienced something and you're actually honest with yourself, with who you are, even though people might not like who you are, and that I can appreciate.
Yeah, and there's an interesting juxtaposition between shirtless guy and the bandana girl's girlfriend, Ren, I think her name is, because he's very much heart on your sleeve, totally comes off as a little crazy, but honest, at least. What you see is what you get. Whereas she's the opposite. She's you don't know what's going on in her thoughts. You don't know where she really stands on things. She's very it's difficult to pin her down on what actually, where she stands on anything in the relationship and whether she's being honest about where she's coming from. So that's an interesting, I think, the two ditches you can fall into in how you're approaching a relationship. I guess I can't even say that. I mean, what you're getting with the guy is his genuine dysfunction that is unmasked by any sort of trying to dress it up or trying to come off play games. He's just no, here I am, here's how I think, it's just all straight brain to mouth and just speaking his mind. Whereas the other girl is heart to brain to more brain to let me strategically say something that maybe comes off in some way, and I'm trying to analyze and say things that you want to hear while still protecting my web of lies that I've weaved. And it's which would you rather have? Now, not necessarily these two individuals, but I think that's an interesting thought experiment, is which ideally you have someone who's functional and honest, but would you rather
Yeah.
have someone who's like dishonest or crippled by insecurity so much so that they can't be real with you, can't engage in a relationship in a real way, or somebody who's at least honest but has dysfunction? And honestly, I think more people would tend toward the latter.
I would,
but I'm
yeah.
curious to see what you think.
I think the latter 100%. And you guys can, maybe we'll do a poll and ask you guys what you would like. Because like, if at least somebody's coming to you straightforward, you have the opportunity to just make your decision right there, like point blank. You can say whether or not you agree or you disagree, or whether or not you want to move forward or you don't. But when you have to be 15,000 steps ahead of somebody to figure out how they're viewing something, what they're doing when you're not around, how they're, you know, mangling the situation based on their own insecurities, all these different steps that you have to take before you can even guess what the truth is, because they're never going to come and tell you it. That's so much harder to deal with, so much more difficult.
Do you regret any sacrifices you've made for our relationship?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And what would those be?
I was lonely for a long time, and I'm not happy in Portland.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be living with you alone.
Mm-hmm.
So, also sometimes forgiving you when I shouldn't have.
Ugh.
Do you feel safe with me?
Yes.
No. Please.
I feel safe looking at you right now.
Yeah, right. Nice save. Nice save. That's codependency, baby. Not actual safety.
In the scheme of things, probably not. I don't feel safe overall.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually very unsafe. I should have answered different.
Where does the unsafety lie?
I mean, I look at you and I'm safe, and I'm with you and I'm safe, but when it comes to loving you, I'm not.
Okay, this is the difference on loving somebody based on who they are, or loving somebody on an idea that you've created of what they could be. This girl is very much in love with the potential of what this young lady could be in a relationship and in a marriage, which is why they're engaged, even though they have no idea whether they want to be with each other. But she has no idea whether or not she's in love with the real person, because she doesn't know the real person. Like, this girl's not giving you the opportunity to know who she truly is. So you're functioning at a deficit of like, do I actually know you before I get engaged to you? But also, I feel like I really don't. And of course, you're going to feel unsafe and unprotected in whatever situation that is, because she's making no effort to give you the protection that you need, which would be in her honesty. That's all she would have to do to give you the protection and safety of knowing what you're getting into, is telling you what you're getting into. But she's too scared that telling you what you're getting into is going to make you leave, which is probably correct. And she's not ready to face that.
It's very hard to trust you and know your intentions.
Yeah. Do you feel like you can tell me anything?
Yes. I feel like I tell you everything.
Except what she really wants to tell you, which is, I gotta go. I gotta go, baby. I gotta pack my bags. I gotta get out of Portland.
I feel like you tell me everything too.
I feel like I would tell you anything. I think my fear comes from like what you would obtain from what I'm telling you.
In what
like
way?
if you would listen and like understand me and like see me and
yeah,
think about me and care about me like that.
Yeah. I feel like that is kind of a pattern.
Yeah, I think the lies, I want to be seen to tell you anything, not can I tell you anything.
Yeah.
Have you considered breaking up with me if I don't go to the same college as you?
No. I haven't considered.
You said that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad.
Yeah.
Because that was one of the biggest things I was worried about.
I know you
not
weren't worried about it. Last night, you were like, is it gonna happen?
Vanessa's putting far too much weight in this polygraph test. I noticed with her eyes, she's asking him the question, getting his answer with like a very blank stare on her face, and then her purpose goes towards this supposed expert who's giving her the answer to hear the answer from her, and she's seeking validation through whatever external force is telling her whether or not he's lying or telling the truth, and that's not where you want to be. He seems far more confident in the position that they're in the relationship than she does, but maybe it's because he has most of the power within their relationship. I don't know. I can't really tell. It could just also be that he has way more confidence than she has, which I think has been made abundantly clear throughout this episode, that he's a very confident guy, and I haven't gauged her that well because she hasn't spoken that much. So we shall see.
He's a confident alpha sigma, but you're right. In some of the questions that Vanessa has been asking as well was like, do you regret that we became more than friends? Do you wish that we were still best friends? Do you wish you were still single? And you can tell that she's putting weight in those, like she's entering into this a little unsure of where she stands. But, I think that's, in their case, it's less indicative of this deep dysfunction that's pointing to the fact that these guys are probably not going to work out, and more indicative of this is just like a young relationship that is kind of needs to go through some of this and needs to communicate, and having a little bit of insecurity about where you stand in a younger relationship is a natural thing that needs to be worked out. And from what I can tell, that appears to be all that she's doing now. Relying so heavily on the polygraph test may not be the best strategy for that, though, to your point. We did get a $50 super chat from VC. We read those immediately. It says, hey, y'all, listening to your show while running my rural mail route. Now that Amazon fired lots of people, my route has more than doubled. I'm so happy to have you both to listen to. Love you both. Please take care of yourselves. And that has 24 likes already, by the way. So we're getting the likes on the super chats,
That is amazing. Awesome, VC. I'm glad that your business is booming and that you're keeping it busy. Hopefully it's fruitful and you're enjoying your time. I'm glad that we can make it go a little bit easier. That is so awesome. And a lot of people are saying thank you for delivering the mail. That's so awesome. So yeah, shout out to you for doing what you do. That is so great.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, another dynamic now that we're talking about Vanessa and Drew, I think there is a natural insecurity that befalls a woman when you know you have a good man as well, because there's like am I going to lose this guy? And he seems, I don't want to say like a high value man or whatever, but I'm going to use the phrase high value man just in that he's very clear, he's very confident. They're both in school, so he's getting educated. He was a whore in the past by her characterization, which means he's capable of getting a lot of female attention and probably still is getting a lot of female attention while you're in a relationship. So when you bag that man, you're like, oh man, does he really want to be with me? He's been with so many other people. He's got all these other opportunities, all these different things. And you kind of need a little bit of reassurance. And it seems like he's giving that to her. So another point for being healthy with Drew and Vanessa. Actually, I'm going to put it in this view because we want to block their face.
Because I don't want to go.
It's going to be hard, but like I'm willing to like try.
Okay.
So like I'm not like.
I'm glad. Yeah. I'm glad. Mm-hmm. Do you think you'll still stay faithful to me while you go to college and I'm at a different school?
Another question.
Yeah, I'll stay faithful.
She's nervous. Yeah, you see that? She hears him say, I'll stay faithful, and her eyes just drift over to this lady like, please tell me. Please tell me he's telling me the truth.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, I don't believe in cheating. That's like some weird, I don't know.
Do you think that we have a future together?
Yeah. Yes.
You said yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad.
That's tough. It's tough to find the right man in a time where your lives are changing like that and you're going to separate campuses or sometimes. I feel like there's like some part of you that's like, oh, could we like rewind and not meet until later? Like, let's meet when we're like established and everything's fine. So like, we don't have to go through these trials and tribulations of being tested by long distance and college and all the other women that come along with it and your past and my past. But you met when you met, and you can't pitch a fit. You get what you get there.
And arguably, like even at another stage in life, like you're having a more mature, like financial landscape of your life or being further along doesn't necessarily mean that you're further along in your character and in your maturity and in your ability to handle a relationship. So in a way, you're going to go through that challenging growth stage in a relationship, whether you do it at the college stage or later on in life. And it would be a shame to, they seem to have a great start, a great chemistry. I like how they started as just friends and then became more than that through circumstance. I mean, that's kind of my story too with my wife. And so I like that they're not putting all their eggs in this basket. That's not like this. They don't seem to have this sort of romanticized view of their own relationship where it's like, we're never going to break up and we're going to, defeat the odds and no one really understands our love. And it's not that sort of naive energy that you're getting, but there's this sort of honest, like, hey, we may have something real here and that may be something that is valuable and that may have a future forever. And I'm willing to give that a shot. And I think that's as much as you can ask of somebody, no matter what stage they're in. I mean, I guess if we're talking about high school, then we don't need to go there. But I like to see, because I feel like it's really rare these days for younger people who are in their early 20s, it appears, who are willing to entertain the idea of a serious relationship earlier on, because the long-term payoff of that, I think, is far outweighs whatever you feel like you might be missing out on in those, in that little decade of your 20s. But that's also not to say that you need to be so eager and so committed that you are desperate to find a relationship and settle down and have this super serious commitment at the beginning. So, but I feel like they have a good balance there, and I don't know, we'll see how it turns out, I guess.
If it feels right, fingers crossed for Drew and Vanessa. Fingers crossed.
Because I'm banking on it.
You're banking on it? That's good.
I have all my eggs in one basket right now.
So hopefully it works out.
Do you love me?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Yep. Yes. Yep.
Oh, it's the truth. Okay, good. Cool.
Cute.
Pleasure.
I want the men to answer a poll real quick. How do you, are you reassured by a woman telling you that she has all her eggs in your basket, or is that a little bit of that's a little pressure? Because I can imagine that's a lot to hear, especially at that age of you're in college and things are all over the place, and you love this person, you're committed to this person, you hope you're with each other forever. But if a woman says all of my eggs are in your basket, it seems like a big thing. I'm banking on you,
I don't think I have any other questions. I think I kind of put my whole pussy into these,
Sorry, it's cold, I know.
That's okay.
Seems like it's pretty heavy for all other people, dude. They're coming out here and they're like shell shocked.
Yes.
Oh. Yeah.
Is that okay? Not too tight, right?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, switching.
Are you ready to start the test?
Yes.
Okay.
Have you ever told another man that you love him while being with me?
No.
Quick answer. Quick mouth.
Wow. You got lucky there, because I literally have a garbage pail to stuff you in if you're lying.
What did he say? I literally have a garbage pail to stuff you in if you're lying. This guy is so dramatic and a little scary. That's a very scary thing to say. My gosh.
Have you ever stolen from me?
Early results on your poll real quick.
Oh yeah, let's read it.
I'm kind of surprised. It says, men, are you reassured by women saying she has all her eggs in your basket? Yes, I like that, 36%. No, that's too much pressure, 10%. And the rest is show results. So about 3 or 4 to 1, the men are saying that they prefer that sense of reassurance rather than feeling like it's too much pressure being put on them. So it's kind of surprising to me. I would think that it'd be more the reverse. I guess a lot depends on whether you're actually that into the girl.
Of course. Yeah.
But I guess I would have expected more of the latter.
Yeah, I would have expected that too, because I'd have been like, okay, if it's if you've got a really good woman who, is secure and she's got her stuff going on or whatever, and you love her, would you rather her be like, everything is banking on you and I'm really, tying my horse to your wagon or whatever? Or would you rather her be like, yeah, I mean, if this doesn't work out, I'm going to be chill. I'm going to find somebody else. And I'm like, which would drive a man more? I would have thought it would be the latter of if you lose this girl, she's going to find somebody else and he's going to be just as good as you are, rather than I'm really banking on you and I need this to work out, Interesting. But most of
I will say, you made me think of this, that I would have been more in the camp that says that's too much pressure in my relationship with my wife while we were dating earlier on. But as she didn't give me the luxury of saying I have all my eggs in your basket until basically I put a ring on it, or it was clear that I was willing to. And until that point in our relationship, I knew that she was open to putting all her eggs in my basket and wanted to do that, but she also didn't let her heart go there before she had that level of commitment from me. And her withholding that is actually what made me figure out what I really wanted. And she, as I have said, like removed all my excuses. I tried to, rationalize everything and say, wait, because it's such a big decision. And I was like, man, do I have anything to stand on to say no to this? And I just didn't. And that was what tilted me over the edge. So then I would say, yeah, I like that I have the reassurance now, but at the time it did drive me nuts, but in a good way, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of different people in the chat right now saying different things. Some of you are saying it shows that if she says she's banking on me, it shows that she trusts me to lead the relationship. And I guess that's a masculine thing. Others are saying, I don't want her to be like too dependent on me. That's a little bit much. Very interesting. Okay.
No. What's there to steal?
Bitch. Oh, you f***ed up. You lied. What'd you steal from me? Tell me.
I'm just trying to think.
Some money?
No, because...
Because she makes the money. Mom makes the money.
I think I've taken your truck without asking you.
Okay. She pays my truck payment. It's all good.
Okay, so he's got a sugar mama daddy. I don't know what's going on here. I know, I could tell that he whatever has money because the Van Cleef necklace, the chains. This makes sense.
I can admit that.
Okay. Do you have any fears about commitment?
Yes.
Duh.
Pregnant pause again.
What do you feel?
Could have told you that. Yeah, pregnant pause.
About commitment?
I think my fear of commitment is more so that it's not gonna work out like it was planned to. It's
because of who? Please.
I'm scared of putting all the effort in to not have it work out in the end.
But the whole argument is that you're not putting the effort in. You can't be so scared to put the effort in that you just don't do it.
Do you think you fully moved past your addiction?
Yes.
A little iffy, but you got it. Do you think you get enough time alone?
No.
I see that.
Would you still date me if I was exactly the same, but I was shorter?
Probably.
Okay, probably. Not a yes or no.
I mean, just probably.
Just probably.
Yeah.
What if I was shorter than you?
Shorter than me? I'm gonna have to say no.
No. So everything's the same, but I'm shorter, and you're like, you ditch him?
Whoa, put that in the chat. Put that a poll down. Would you guys not date your man? Women answer specifically. Men, you stay out or click the last option. Women, would you stop dating your man if he was shorter than you? Yeah, I answer that.
I don't know. I don't know if I would date you if I have to bend down to kiss you. No. No way. No way, Jose.
Wow.
Damn.
That is kind of fucked up. That is kind of crazy. Damn, that's crazy.
Okay. Do you ever purposely ignore my calls?
Yes.
Why is that? Why do you ignore them?
Oh, because I'm mad at you and I don't want to answer you right away, or I don't want to seem too desperate. Because sometimes I see it and I swipe it away because I'm like, I gotta let it simmer.
Yeah, you can't be like too quick on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes. But like other times I'm like, oh my gosh, yay, it's Drew. But like when you took too long, I'm like, I gotta take his long.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, she's got a little bit, just a tad, she's got a wee bit of insecurity within a relationship because she's still playing games and they're in a relationship together. It's one thing, like if you're in the early stages of dating and you're saying, oh, I don't want to seem too eager, I don't want to seem too desperate. But you guys are talking about spending the rest of your lives together, that you're going to stay long distance throughout college and everything that you're going through. And she's like still saying, I don't want to come off as desperate within a relationship with a guy who says he wants to spend the rest of your life with you. At some point, you got to let that go.
That's gonna be a red flag.
Yeah.
If you're like, oh, I'm gonna hold off on answering the phone because I don't want to come off as too eager. Like that makes sense when you just met somebody or whatever. But when you're in a relationship, you're talking about being together long term and staying together through long distance. Like, yeah, man, that's why are we playing these games? That has no place in a relationship like that.
I just imagine her like carrying a baby and Drew's calling and she's like, I don't want to seem too eager. You have his whole ass baby and you're still trying not to come off as desperate in the relationship.
Yeah, no, I know.
Do you look at me like I'm truly a straight male?
Yes.
Well, duh, she would, yeah, okay.
You guys heard it. The internet heard it. Everyone.
Clearly he has some little insecurity about that. It's okay. Like, it's okay. I mean, I'm curious, like, why he feels the need to get stuck on the definition of his identity with who he's dating. The reality is you're dating a trans woman. Somebody who's biologically male is probably in some sort of stage of transition, and that's just the reality of it. I don't know why. Maybe it's a societal thing that you would still feel the need to put the label of straight on that and, like, defend it because it is defending your masculinity, which, if there's anything about this guy that he's not ready to face or that he is not fully being honest with himself about, it's masculinity. He seems to have a certain personal bend towards this need to come off as a traditionally masculine, sleeping with tons of women, being super jacked, having your shirt off, threatening to fight people or kill people, wanting to come off as straight. You can let up on the reins a little bit, dude. And, you know, if anything, it will contribute more to your honesty. Just saying, you know what? I'm a man. I fell in love with somebody who is also a biological man, and that's just the reality of it. I don't know why, you know, maybe you'd get bullied, which he's already getting bullied on the internet, I guess, for defending his straightness. So I think, like, either way you cut the cake, right? You're gonna get a lot of shit on the internet for the choice that you've made, but standing tall and strong in it is, I think, a lot more powerful than trying to, like, defend this little corner of your identity that only matters to, I don't know, to what extent does it really matter? I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. It's I think the impulse to kind of feel the need to defend the label and say, no, I'm straight and not gay, even though I'm dating a trans woman, is it comes from the current cultural landscape we have right now, where your sexual identity is the most important thing about you. And even on the masculinity front that you alluded to, it's all about, you know, there's the alpha males and then there's the betas, and I want to make sure I'm firmly in this camp. And I think Ray Romano Jr., I forget his name, Drew, is a good example of someone who's probably not overly concerned with labels. You know, they asked him, do you feel like you're an alpha? And he's like, no, I mean, no, I don't identify with that label. And yet he's kind of embodying what an alpha does, or what we mean when we say alpha, in that he's just owning his own feelings and his own existence and just living his life as a man. And he's doing that in his own way, and he's confident in that. And I think that in itself exudes the very thing that evades people like our shirtless friend, who are looking for the labels to kind of validate their life choices. Instead, they because they care about the labels so much, it just continues their cycle of insecurity.
Yeah, just like own up. You're dating a trans woman. That's the end. You guys are clearly very public with your relationship. There's no need to defend whatever label you are consumed with.
You heard it. Yes, I'm straight. And I date a trans girl. Fuckers.
Where?
I don't see one. Are you still into me sexually?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. All right.
I was
that
worried
makes me
about
feel
that
better.
one.
Now we get back
Now
to
that I'm hooked up.
It's all in the eyes. It's all in the eyes. If their eyes are darting over to that lady to see it, to confirm immediately, there's something going on there that they don't feel too sure about.
To a lie detector test.
Now we get to the hotel. I'm going to throw you against the window.
Love it.
Do you want to add another boyfriend to our relationship?
Yes.
Okay, I knew it. That's cool. And I'll let
Who
you
wouldn't want to be spoiled by two men?
Yeah, and I'll let you have that.
Jesse, how does that make you feel, knowing that she wants to add another boyfriend to the relationship?
Oh, man. I mean, personally, bro, it's something that my sick mind wants. You know what I mean? I want her to have another man so we could both, like, you know, spoil her, give her the best life. But it's got to be with a man who's going to take it serious, because if I'm letting you into this beautiful girl's life and my life, if you fuck around, I'm gonna cut your fingers off. You need to really be respectful, respect the.
He's cutting fingers off, he's killing people, he's throwing them in garbage pails, he's throwing them up against windows. There's a lot of stuff that's being challenged within this guy and his view of his own masculinity. On the trans woman's behalf, there's just an element of masculinity that you cannot remove from somebody. And I think it's showing up sexually for this person, which already with the trans identity, I think for most trans identifying individuals, there's an underlying sexual trauma, curiosity, experimentation that's happening just on the basis of taking on that identity. But it's clearly something that like has not been exercised out through your portrayal and characterization of femininity that you're trying to take on. There is something uniquely masculine about wanting to have so many sexual partners, wanting to mess around in this way, wanting to have multiple boyfriends and all these different things. I'm not to say that there aren't women who do that in their personal lives. There's just something there that, you know, no matter how much you change and the surgeries and all that, it remains. It still remains.
Yeah, and the money comment too is coming back to me here, because it makes sense that Jesse puts so much weight in this relationship relative to like his own standing in the world, because it is his source of income apparently, and like because he said she's the one that makes the money, and it's his source of fame, and it's a source of like relevance to the outside world, because he says we're this viral social media couple, we're known out there for what we do, but you know, he's by his own confession not gay, he doesn't identify in that way, and yet he's open to inviting another man into his relationship with a trans person. And so the layers keep getting complicated here, but the bottom line and the truth that undergirds his behaviors seems to be that we'll call her she, gets whatever she wants in this relationship, and he's just kind of default mode is to find ways to go along with it and rationalize it and make it okay. And that seems to be what he's doing with his answer here. And the reason is because he has his relational sort of sense of love and fulfillment in their own very unique way that he's getting out of it, and the money and his fame and his sense of standing in the world. It all rides on that happening. So if she wants anything, then he's got to find a way to adapt to it. And to your point, that kind of points back to the sort of masculine edge that is still lurking there with the trans person, that even though they're presenting in the world as female, they're still manifesting this very masculine sort of way to find the power and exert the dominance within the relationship, and sexually and otherwise.
Yeah, I feel like there's something, I don't know what his name is, what the shirtless guy's name is, but I think there's something much deeper happening with his attachment to this person. And maybe we'll figure it out as we continue watching.
Whole situation. If you're gonna come date her, you're dating both of us. We're both gonna treat her amazing, spoil her, and both give her sexual desires, whether it's together or separate. But personally, it doesn't hurt me because I'm so confident that I know she'll always love me more, where I'm not worried about it.
Do you have any unresolved emotions from your past relationships?
I definitely think so, internally, yeah. I don't feel like I have been able to get past hurting people and people hurting me. And I feel like I brought a lot of the baggage from that into our relationship. And that's something I regret a lot.
Have you ever questioned if I've been unloyal?
Apparently from earlier, yes, but I personally, I guess I have in those moments that, you know, I was worried about who you were talking to. I was worried about unloyalty there.
Not truly, though. if my read is correct on this person, she's more worried about herself. And like I said this on a previous show, when somebody is like cheating on you, or they're thinking about cheating on you, or they're getting validation outside of your relationship from other people, they'll start to like project it on you and accuse you of doing it. And they'll start to be like jealous of all these different figures in your life and be like, what are you doing? Who are you talking to? It's because they're doing it and they know how capable they are. And then they're like, oh, I need to turn this on her subconsciously because they know what they're doing.
Also, wait, just gotta say, it's not unloyal, it's disloyal. I see some of y'all in the chat as well. So you say unfaithful and disloyal, they kind of made an interesting cognate there. But just for the grammar Nazis out there, I see you.
Perfect. We'll take it. Thanks, guys.
True.
Did you cheat on me when you went to Italy?
No, I did not cheat on you.
Okay, wait, before you answer, Drew, do you think she's telling the truth?
Ka is so messy.
I think she is. What do you think it is? Huh?
True.
Do you believe yourself?
Because I didn't cheat on you.
You didn't?
No.
Okay, whatever, you got it right.
Okay.
Yeah, good job, Vanessa, you're faithful.
Or a good liar.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Vanessa, do you think I will cheat on you when we go to college?
I hate to say it, but I feel like you would, but I don't want it to be true.
Why do you think I will?
I don't know. I just like, it's just like a fear of mine, I guess. Like you might find somebody better because I'm not around anymore and like you're not constantly with me or hanging out with me.
How about showing like any signs of like?
No, you're a really good boy. What I found out today.
Yeah, exactly.
You haven't shown me like that you've like done anything like weird and like texted anyone or done anything like behind my back. So I'm gonna say no. I actually don't have the fear if you're gonna cheat on me.
Okay.
Well, things don't change that quickly. She might have rationalized herself out of like immediately thinking about it, but okay.
That's true.
Too big.
I got one question for you, and I want the truth because you got a lot of different dicks. Is my dick big enough for you?
Whoa!
Yeah.
Oh.
Liar.
Who knows?
But you say you hate, but when we actually go to fuck, you really can't take it.
Yeah.
Ah!
So what's that about? Because I ain't gonna
think-
get up here if my dick ain't good enough for you.
Yeah. Well, I think there's different
Because you might
things.
not be good enough for my dick.
Right. I think there's different things that please us both the way we want.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, yeah, you are big, and sometimes, I don't know. I think we all fantasize about different things.
Okay. I would truly give my heart for you personally. I really would. If you had to live another day, the doctor needed my heart, I'd fucking sign the papers. Would you truly give your life to save mine?
Yeah.
It's understandable why it's a lie, because you're scared of death, and that's okay. But understand, I would see what death is like first for us.
Taylor, you're shaking your head. You got something to say?
He's just rationalizing her answer again.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's a deep reason why he's asking that question is because he feels like he's kind of an accessory, a toy, like a thing that is disposable in her life. And he wants to feel that at a very deep level, she loves him and is getting from like an emotional standpoint out of the relationship, what he's getting from it. And so that's why he's asking the question. And then she says, yeah. And that is manifested as a lie. And he immediately, like, instead of pressing the issue, which he should do if he wants to get to the truth of the matter, he lets her off the hook and kind of rationalizes it away on her behalf before she even has to say anything.
True.
And that's how you stay in a dysfunctional relationship, when you're more afraid of the truth and what it could mean than you are willing to ride it out and get to reality. And you're only going to get to the functional relationship that your heart really desires when you pursue the truth and press the issue. So
valid. That's true, Taylor. Snaps for that.
Absolutely. Yeah. I love you, and that's what it is. And when you have a solid relationship like ours, I feel like I got to be the one to step up first anyway.
I want to meet his mother. That's what I really want to see. I want to see him sit down with his mom in whatever capacity their relationship currently exists, if she's around, and see what's going on there, because I feel like that will take us somewhere.
So
Because you're the man of the relationship.
Man. I know for sure I got one of the most solid women on the planet right here, because this girl had to sit here and fight to be able to be considered a woman in this world, harder than anybody I know. And I know that I probably got one of the most rarest women in the world. And I'm proud of that. She's unique. She's a little MVP. And that's my baby girl, and I'll die for her.
Vanessa, are you...
I give him points, I guess, for identifying with the struggle of having to go through that identity. I don't know. I don't know if I agree, obviously, but yeah, I'll give him points for that.
Satisfied with my penis size?
Yes, I am satisfied.
The answer is yes. Yes. Oh my God. No more questions. Oh, God.
Is there anything else you want to ask?
No, I don't care.
Oh, so funny. Is there anything else? He's like, nope, I'm done. That was the last question.
Has there ever been a time that you had eyes for someone else?
No.
Liar, 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 liar.
You lied. Please tell me more.
There hasn't been anyone specifically, but
This is your moment.
Be so for real.
I think.
When she says this is your moment, she means that. This is your moment. This is like, the funny thing is, I think she really could tell this girl just about anything, and for her honesty, she would be rewarded by continuing to be in the relationship, but she just cannot manage to like be honest about it, and she keeps giving her like moment after moment after moment of just say it, just say it, just say it, just say it. It's gonna be cool, just say it, and she won't bring herself to do it, and yeah, you're not gonna get anywhere.
Just like we've talked about, and just like with times that have been iffy in our relationship, I feel like I have like held back needs that I've needed from you, and
Eyes for someone else. Who?
There's an answer.
And I don't have anyone in specific.
But you do, though.
Okay.
But you do, though.
When you picture being old, am I with you?
Yes.
You lied.
Oh, gosh.
I really do see us together in old age. Like, I really do.
I know you can't see it. Let me just back up a little bit. Just watch her head when she says, like, I really do.
I do see us together in old age. Like, I really do.
You see that? Like, I really do. I really do see us together in old age. That girl is screaming no from the depths of her soul, but just cannot. I really do see us together. Oh, goodness.
I feel like I'm scared that it might not happen.
You can replace a lot of things with fear, as you do.
Okay, Socrates. Holy, she said you could replace a lot of things with fear. That's very true.
Okay. Can Christy Nome take this relationship to the gravel pit and put it out of its misery already?
For real.
Please.
Oh my gosh, because it's not as happy as that damn dog was, okay? My goodness.
Okay, we can move on. Do you have any major secrets that you haven't shared with me yet?
Yes, she does.
You have to answer.
No.
You definitely lied.
Oh my gosh. Jack said, throw the whole relationship away. Throw the whole relationship away. Oh my gosh.
I'll be honest, I feel like everything that we've been having conversations over the past, like, few days, weeks, months, like, I genuinely don't feel like I know myself and have, like, revealed a lot of parts of myself to you that I'm, like, scared to face.
Yep. Well, we knew that.
Okay. I've heard enough.
Okay.
Thank you.
Damn. She literally just said, I've heard enough. I need to get up out of here. That's it. Lights out. Case closed. Nail in the coffin. Yikes.
Thank you, guys.
Cold, huh?
Oh, she walked away. Went backstage. This is so messy. Jubilee, I cannot believe you're putting in a conversation they had backstage. Who directed this episode? That's what I need to know, because I know some of y'all at Jubilee. Who did this? Oh my gosh.
And that's exactly what I'm fearing.
Oh my goodness.
You have a secret and you have eyes for someone else. So what is it?
I don't right now, but I think I definitely have felt ways about people that I know I shouldn't have felt. I don't want to try to explain it right now.
Yikes.
I'm not finishing it. I have to take this off. I don't know how this works.
Well, that was that. Okay.
So you might notice the empty space on our stage right now. Unfortunately, I have to announce that Chloe and Ren decided to leave early, but we value their contribution, their honesty, and their authenticity. However, the show must go on. So now, let's find out.
Kot said, excuse me, we have a video to film. He said, the ruining of your relationship, we have till 1 o'clock. I got more questions, okay?
Who was the biggest
Oh
liar?
my gosh.
And who was the most honest person? Are you all ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The biggest liar is not here right now, but it was Chloe.
Shocker.
Bye, Chloe.
Lies.
Sorry.
Damn.
The runner-up, who is here, is Cassie, with 6 lies.
Lying biatch.
Now, I'm about to reveal the most honest person here. Who thinks it's them?
I think it's me.
You think it's you?
I think it's me.
You think it's you? Jesse, do you think it's you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you all think it's you. Here we go. The most honest person here is Vanessa. With only 3 lies.
Killed it. Slayed.
Vanessa, what does it feel like being the most honest person in this room?
I think it feels pretty good to know that I know myself enough to be able to tell the truth and to be able to tell the truth to him.
I think I'm the real winner here today. My girlfriend is the most honest, so I have nothing to worry about. So I'm glad it turned out this way.
It's good sport.
Might be getting separated. I might be burying her tonight. Possibly. No.
Dude, he just said, I might be burying her tonight. How many references has he made to harming Cassidy, killing Cassidy, doing all this sorts of stuff? That is terrifying. I hope that they're not actually in a domestic violence situation and this is just like part of the things that they're into and the way that they talk to each other or whatever, because y'all know these people are strange.
And I will say, males communicate like that and can have a higher tolerance for that kind of communication with one another. So is this another sort of manifestation of the maleness that is masked by the transition?
Maybe.
I digress.
Yeah, that's very strange behavior.
That lie detector test.
I'll never do that to her. We lie about the fun things.
You want to know how many times did you lie? Okay, all right.
Drag them.
Okay, here we go. Jesse and Drew, you lied the same amount of times.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
You both lied 5 times.
5 times?
Now, Drew, what's interesting, you started as the most honest when I asked you the questions, but then in the hot seat, the lies just kept coming out.
Yeah, I mean, Vanessa makes me nervous. She's so pretty, you know? She gets my heart going. So maybe that was it.
I'll take that answer. I don't want to have a lying boyfriend, but
5
I'll
is
let it
acceptable.
slide.
Yeah.
I think this experience
They're
is like
so
super
cute.
cool, and I'd recommend it to anyone who is in a relationship. I really think it made me and Drew stronger.
In every relationship, there's always like those like questions like, I hope she thinks this, or I hope like everything's good. and it's fun, just get it all out in the air. And for us, like, it worked out.
Drew found out something very interesting during the hot seat. He said he wasn't alpha, but then we caught that as a lie. But you said something interesting. You said, oh, no, I'm not alpha, not like the guy without
like
the
Jesse.
shirt. Jesse.
Jesse's alpha.
Oh, he's got a
the
shirt
muscles.
on. I didn't even notice. Oh my gosh, we've really made strides during this video.
Yeah, dude. I want to be like him when I grow up.
Jesse.
If you're being serious, I respect it.
Yeah.
If you're being serious.
I'm like, dude, how many times are you gonna shade this guy before it actually leads to a real physical fight? That's 3 times now that Drew has shaded him to his face.
Respect it, but.
Are you alpha?
There's only one of me, bro. I don't take the title alpha, because that falls into a lot of like, wow, we went viral. I'm just me. There's not another man like me, and I know I'm the best man to be with this lady. And I know I'm the best man to be put in this body, bro. And I was gifted with a voice to be able to talk and be a leader and help people. That's what I do. So I just feel that I'm just more than an alpha. I'm just
You're beyond
simply a living truth.
He's Jesse.
That's
Just
it.
straight up, he's
That's
Jesse.
just me. Like, that's it. I don't try
No,
to
that's
be cool
actually
or funny or
valid.
cocky. I'm just me, bro. I'm sweet. I'm crazy. I'm mad. I'm angry. I'm a little of everything.
Yeah.
So tough guy, soft guy.
Jesse.
What's up?
Is Drew alpha?
I think it takes a lot. I'll be real with you, bro. It takes a lot to really. And I don't know how fucking accurate this lady's lie detector is, wherever the fuck she went. But I mean, it takes a lot, bro, to be honest, and that's part of my story. Is like I really live an honest truth. I don't hide it from the world. And a lot of people knock me for that, for being so open and honest.
What did I tell y'all? What did I tell y'all?
So I think that you should actually embrace that. Like, you actually are able to have the heart to not lie to the one that's closest to you. Because a lot of people fuck up the person closest to them. Be soft for your girl. You don't gotta be an alpha and be tough. It's all bullshit.
Yeah, dude.
That was a very sweet and nice answer, and he could have shaded him back because he's been shaded this entire episode, and he didn't. So you know what? I'll leave it at that. We're gonna get into your guys' super chats because it's been a long show. We've been here for 2 hours.
Yeah, it's a nice, kind of wholesome ending. I'm here for it.
Yes, it was a wholesome ending. Good for the 2 couples that made it. The ladies have some things to work out and to deal with, but hopefully they figured that out. Alone.
Yeah, did they like sign a reverse NDA? What's that called? It's like, we're going to publish anything you say as soon as you step foot on the premises.
We're going to air out all your business. The reverse
There are no
NDA.
private-
Not the reverse NDA.
It's like, did you hear about that guy who was doing a documentary or like the subject of one, and he like had killed people, but confessed to it in the bathroom when he thought his mic was off on a hot mic?
Oh.
There's like a whole thing. I forget what it's called, but my friends would tell me about it this weekend.
Damn. What a way to go
But
out.
Imagine that being the thing that gets you busted.
Yeah, no statute of limitations.
Somebody
on
help me out
that.
what that's called in the super chat. I mean,
Yeah.
in the regular chat. You know, like, you don't got to pay me.
Drop it in the chat.
Joseph Hendricks was first today and just sent a super sticker, which is apparently a thing.
Hey,
and
we'll take
it's
it.
just a smiley face with $signs for eyeballs. So
Love it. Thank you so much
I'm
for
here
that.
for it.
Appreciate it.
he's rolling in the dough.
Yeah.
Otaku69 says, how's it feel to have to soon start paying 30 cents a mile in Cali, Mamala?
30 cents a mile. What is that? I don't even know what's
I guess
going
a new
on.
gas tax? I don't know. There's like 17 gas taxes in California.
I'm going to have to read up on that. I don't know what you're talking about, and you've ruined my day. This is true. But
Yeah, jump on the Tesla
figure it
train.
out. Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll have to look it up.
Man of the Hour says, hey gang, I saw you and Risa went out Saturday night. What's the top thing a guy needs, don't say confidence, if he were to approach you? Yours,
my
Taylor.
gosh. Oh my God. Well, wait, what did he say at the end?
He
Yours?
asked me for mine, like what a guy would need to say. It was a joke.
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, to approach me, you'd have to be my boyfriend. Look at that smooth answer. That was smooth. To approach Risa, what's the top thing that you would need to approach? I'm not going to say confidence, because you don't necessarily have to be confident. Just not too much steak. I always say this, not too much steak in the conversation. Just like be chill and unique. She read something the other day that was like, we were reacting to some dating advice that guys were giving to other guys online, which that video is going to be out soon on our second channel, Omri Unfiltered, check it out. And one of the guys said he walks up to girls and his opening line is like, how do you feel about sweet potatoes? is what he asks just random girls. And Reese was like, you know what? I'm totally into that. Ask me a super random question. It takes you off guard a little bit. It truly makes you think. And yeah, that's what I would recommend. Just like go up, ask a really random question, do so with confidence. I know you guys hate that answer, but yeah, confidence, humility, random question. I think that's what works. She hates being negged. She hates being asked what her ethnicity is. So these are two losing strategies, which I think will be losing strategies for most women because it's just not the way to go about it.
Yeah, it's you differentiate yourself when you have a little bit of creativity. If it's just like, do you come here often? What ethnicity are you? It's like the most inane things that have been asked a million times. So stand out a little bit, but also like you can't say it like, I heard this online and I'm going to try it on you. It's kind of, I think what you mean by the confidence is like, hey dude, this is so low stakes. I'm just going to ask you a freaking question about sweet potatoes because that's how chill this is. And then that'll get something going. But
yeah, 100%. And like,
go ahead.
Oh yeah. I was just going to say that, even if like they're not attracted to you or they don't see it going any further, if you are a good conversationalist, the conversation will continue. It doesn't really matter. I mean, some girls are very mean and they will cut you off in conversation because they're not attracted to you. But a nice, good woman will continue talking so long as it's like worth continuing the conversation. Yeah.
100%. And this was Alex, by the way. He changed his name again to Man of the Hour.
Oh,
and
okay. Makes sense.
as far as my advice for men approaching me in a bar, I can't help you with that. If you want gay dating advice, I think Amir Odom was live earlier. Maybe you could ask him.
Yeah, Amir could help you out with that. 100%. But Amir's taken too, so.
Yeah, true that. Sasha O'Neill says, happy Wednesday, guys. Just hopped off Amir's live. See, that's why I thought about it. I saw that earlier.
That's right.
About the so-called family-friendly pride parades. Well, let's just say I'm happy you guys are doing Jubilee today.
Yeah, we're having a fun time today. A little bit more chill. We were going to do stories and stuff like that, but this felt more interesting because I watched the first 5 minutes of this and I was like, huh? We got to talk about this.
Yeah, Friday came early this week, guys. But yeah, we're coming up on that time of year, Pride Month. Here we go.
Yes,
Buckle
we
up.
are. June 1st.
I think we've done crazy Pride Month stuff shows like 2 years in a row. It's like, do we do it again? But there's always more.
There's always more. We probably will do it again.
Man of the Hour again says, are you guys sure this was a Jubilee video? Where's the diversity they always speak of? Where's them Latinas and Chinitas at? Wow. Diversity my A, LOL.
Maybe you'll get them next time in your next
video. Right, you had a straight man and a trans woman and 2 lesbians, and I guess they all happen to be white-ish. So,
yeah, white-ish.
You can never tick all the boxes for everybody, I guess.
There's diversity points in there.
Which is the point.
Yeah.
Let's see. Celtic Blacksmith says, I know there's the whole love at first sight thing, but is hate at first sight a thing? Because shirtless dude is making me a believer in it.
Aw, I don't believe in either. I don't think there's love at first sight. I don't think there's hate at first sight. You just never know. You never know what you're getting into. We didn't end up hating Jesse all that much. At least not me or Taylor. He had some interesting things. He's got some stuff he has to work through, most definitely. And I hope he's not as violent as his words are. But yeah, I have a feeling he's not because oftentimes the men who bark really loud don't bite.
He called himself soft as well, and he said, "I might be crying in a corner one night," and those types of things too. So I think he's very extreme, at least in his communication, and I'm sure also somewhat in his behavior, but probably not extreme to the sense that he's actually beating people to death on a regular basis.
Yeah, you'd hope not.
Doesn't seem like that.
Yeah.
Timothy W says, the dance was good, but my plan didn't work. I couldn't find the moment and nothing went to plan. That's okay though. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep trying. Also, I'm not a creep, LMAO. I've known her family for years and they really like me and we've hung out before. She invited me to her grad party in a few days.
This was the one who's going to walk up to the girl at the dance in our last live and it didn't pan out, but you have a grad party to go to. So there's more. There's always time. Nothing needs to be rushed, especially if you're still like good acquaintances or friends or around one another. Just like the right moment will present itself. Don't force yourself into a wrong moment because, you feel the need to. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. I want to say if you wait for the farmer that waits for perfect weather never gets a harvest or something like that. So you got to feel it out and but I'm we're rooting for you, I guess. And,
Doesn't have to be perfect.
Ask her about sweet potatoes.
Ask her about sweet potatoes.
Cal UO11 says Scott Kramer made a video about the lie detector guy. Behind the scenes, the content creators told him what they wanted him to say were lies. Good video.
See that? Yeah, and that makes sense. I mean, I don't know if it's true, but that would make sense that with these hired lie detector people, especially with the celebrities, that they get a list prior of what they're going to say is the truth and what they're going to say is a lie, so that they can sort of fabricate these moments that are totally acceptable for the celebrity. I'm not shocked by that at all if it is true.
Eva Dawn says, Amala, I need your gym advice. I'm 20 pounds from my goal weight, 10 pounds until I'm in my ideal range. Will have lost 100 pounds. How do I tone now?
Whoa, I can't give you gym advice. You are the wrong person. I am no gym influencer, no nothing like that. I don't know nothing about how to do specific things with your body. But I would say, like, if you're on a good track with working out right now and you're losing weight and doing all that, continue doing what you're doing. And, like, that stuff just comes with, like, general toning just comes with activity. Now, if you want to do, like, really specific things with your body, I am not the one to reach out to on that, but I'm so proud of where you are so far in your journey, and just keep it up. I would venture to say you should check out other resources that are more specifically inclined towards giving people advice, or, like, you know, find somebody. I know a lot of the gyms have, like, training programs where you can go with a trainer for, like, 1 or 2 days, and then they can just sort of lay the groundwork for you, and then you can run and, you know, fly from the nest from there.
Yeah, first of all, I think you should be giving people advice if you've lost 100 pounds. Like, that is a huge freaking
that's
feat.
Amazing.
So congrats on that. And yeah, whatever that trajectory is, keep going on it.
Yeah.
My favorite gymfluencer, if you can call him that, is Mike Israetel, who's got his own YouTube channel where he reacts to, like, celebrity training plans and stuff, and that's, like, his new thing. But he's actually like PhD, exercise scientist, nutritionist. Wrote a really good book on just the physics of nutrition that I've read. But he was just recently on Chris Williamson's podcast and talking about, just, like, for beginners, what are some good ways to incorporate, like, building muscle in your training, which I think is really important if you're trying to, like, lose weight, keep weight off. Building muscle is really an important element of that. So I would recommend maybe checking out that podcast as a starting point for at least some of the content that I like. John T555 says, hey, Amala, love your content and the message you're sending out. The work you do and your message is amazing and inspiring. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. That is so sweet. I really appreciate that. Oh, I'm so glad that you like what we have to say on this channel.
Thank you, John. Ghosty says, glad to have Taylor back. Mamala has been on fire.
Yeah, I was all by myself on Monday. Now we got T-Dog back in studio, so it's good. Well, not exactly in studio, but in his studio, which counts.
Yeah. Glad to be back. Man of the hour again says, way to go, Diva Dawn. Never give up. If I can drop pounds, so can everyone. If we can drop pounds, so can everyone else. Honest question now, Taylor, when are you going to start losing weight? This dude's just clowning me today.
Alex, every day, every single time, all the time.
No comment. You for all the weight you've lost, I know I still weigh less than you for a fact. So
Whoa!
We're rooting for you.
Shots fired. Brr, 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 brr.
Kimbot says, hi, Amala. Oh, thank you so much for being the only Zoomer I personally know who possesses intelligence and critical thinking skills. You give me hope for the future. Heart emoji. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. There's more of us out there.
The rare distinction.
There's more of us Zoomers out there who are chilling. Hopefully have some common sense. You just gotta find them. We exist. What about Brett Cooper? You like Brett Cooper? She's out there.
Yeah. Also, she said personally no. I mean, what kind of Gen Zers are you hanging around in real life that are giving you such a bad?
I know, bad taste in your mouth for this generation.
Tragic. Ella Kotz says, first live, I just got married and you're my entertainment while my husband is out and I do at-home wifey things. Love your guys' work. 'Tis based.
Love that. Congratulations on getting married. Love that for you. Love that for your husband. And that's awesome. I'm glad you're chilling with us when he's not around.
Nicodemus 1994 says, just a simple bonne soirée et merci to both of you. French words just to hear Taylor practicing his French. As usual, you're so on point, in my opinion.
Oh, thanks.
So Nicodemus, at least we have his opinion.
Yep. Love you, Nicodemus. We'll take
I don't care what everyone else is saying about you. You're on point, in my opinion.
We're going to take that to the bank every single time.
LeFlozer says, resending this. I'm from Uruguay. I'm in a 3-year long distance relationship with my American black boyfriend. As a white foreigner, you helped me get racial dynamics better, so thank you.
Oh, cool. I never even really thought about that. That'd be an interesting thing to be like trying to check out the racial dynamics in the United States, but like watching content in order to do so. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad I could do that for you. I'd be curious to see how your boyfriend feels about some of the things that you're watching and seeing and whether or not they agree. That's so super cool.
Yeah, again, alas that we did not have black representation on today's Jubilee video, so we could incorporate those dynamics. But also, I guess where it does cross over is we don't care about the labels, and that's not really what makes you who you are and what you're bringing into a relationship. So 100%. Let's de-emphasize those, and I think we got into a little bit of that today. So little sprinkle of that. Ruby Love says, you share a birthday with my dad. He passed away 2 weeks ago after a long 14 years with cancer. Just wanted to share. I love you both.
Oh my gosh, that is so sad. I'm so sorry to hear that happened to you, and hopefully the day functions as a time to remember him now. And yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that, but honored that we share a birthday together.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that, Ruby. I can't imagine going through that, but we're grateful you're here and that we're able to help you pass along at least an hour or two of the day.
Yeah.
And hopefully you're enjoying and getting some light out of being a part of this community. So thank you.
100%. And I see Jasmine Cano Gomez is dropping messages in the chat saying, I hope you read this. My first live, and I sent a super chat, just forgot the message. Jasmine, we see you. We feel for you. A lot of people forget their messages on the super chat, so I'm sure a lot of people can feel for your struggle. But we see you, girl.
Happens. Yeah, I usually give a temp ban to spammers, but we'll let you slide this time because I'm busy with super chats, and also you super chatted. So thank you, Jasmine. Let's see. Man of the Hour says, Amala, how are you on the fence with that roided guy? He's got many problems. I hope they called animal control after taping this and sent him back to rehab.
I mean, I'm not on the fence. I think I have a very clear view of what I think of him as an individual, but we all have problems. I value anybody who's willing to just like put the problems out there and be honest about it, because it's just so rare to come across. And, you know, we all have our issues, our baggage, things we deal with improperly, dysfunctional stuff within our relationships, but we're all kind of an amalgamation of our experiences. I'm far more interested in finding out more about him and like how did he grow up? Like, how did you become this person that you are right now? Rather than I'm interested in like putting him down for saying the things that he say, because he's going to exist nonetheless. So I'm just curious at this point.
Yeah, and what was that famous Ted Lasso scene where he says, be curious and ask questions about people? Like, we'd all have been done a disservice if we would just stop at, oh, well, he claims he's straight even though he's dating a trans person, and let's frame the entire analysis of this conversation just on that one dimension of it. Like, we would be robbed of a lot of different insight and, conversation that could be had around how he's approaching the relationship and what people like him are like and where his thinking comes from and all that. If we just reduce him down to, oh, that guy says he's straight, even though he's dating a trans person. It's like, yeah, if we're going to, in the context of that debate, like, yeah, we can plant our flag and say, man, biology is a real thing. Technically speaking, you're probably dating a man makes you technically gay if we're worried about the labels. And we can have that debate and conversation, but I feel like we'd all be robbed of so much more richness that we got out of this conversation and this social experiment by taking him in stride and looking with a broader perspective.
Yeah,
so,
dude, it's honestly an actually interesting question. When you think about where we're going to go, just on the topic of whether or not he's gay or straight or whatever, if you think about where these surgeries are going to go and how how masking is going to be such a like a crazy thing decades from now as these things get more fine-tuned, and we're going to get to a space where you truly won't be able to tell just by looking at or just hearing somebody whether or not they are male or female. And what does that mean when it comes to sexuality and humans being attracted to each other? You've got a lot of straight men running around right now who could see a trans person that's passing as female and be attracted to that woman before even realizing that person is trans. What does that mean about sexuality? These are all very interesting questions. Now, he happens to be deeper in the throes of those questions because he's dating somebody who, I'll be quite honest with you, when I started this video, I had no idea that Cassidy was a trans woman. So that's interesting. Like, instead of being clamping down and saying we need to define who this person is and say that he's not straight and he's a homosexual and all these different things, like, it would be far more interesting to like figure out what's going on, how it's going on, how we would be in those situations than it is to just like stomp on somebody who is in a part of life that we're probably all going to be in like 2 decades from now when these surgeries become undetectable. So it's something to think about, because you can like clamp down really hard on somebody and have a judgment on who they are, and then you're going to start to experience that same thing a little bit down the line. You're going to have to remember how that individual was treated. So think about when you can't tell whether or not a trans woman is actually a trans woman, how y'all going to be, fellas? Because it'll be interesting.
Nicodemus 1984 again says polygraphs aren't 100% accurate. It's preferable to ask closed-ended questions that require a yes or no answer to avoid increasing the margin of error in interpreting the results.
Yeah.
Cheers to both of you.
Yeah, these were all very open-ended answers, it seems. I don't think we got we did get a few solid yes or no's throughout the video, but there was a lot of extrapolating.
Yeah, and kudos to you for typing up a very technical sounding definition. It almost sounded like ChatGPT wrote that one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Jamestown Villa just sends a heart and a wave emoji. Thank you, Jamestown.
Appreciate it.
Genesis Jones says, this is the first live I've been able to catch. I've been a fan for months and love how you seem to approach politics neutrally.
Thank you. We try to hopefully come to some sort of conclusion on most things. Some things we leave open-ended, but it's very interesting. We're trying to leave it open so people can figure these things out.
Man of the Hour again says, I'm surprised that you both are surprised that the men chose to know if a girl is putting all her eggs in his basket. I need to know if she's on my team.
Well, it's one thing to know whether or not she's on your team. It's another thing to know whether or not she has no options outside of your team. And I think that can change attraction. A lot of men, I think, are driven towards women that have a lot of options, meaning that like her eggs are not all in your basket and she could be totally fine without you. And then there's men who want a woman who's like all for you 100%. My life ends when your life ends type of thing. I can't go anywhere without you by my side. So it's just it just depends, I guess, on what you're more attracted to.
Yeah, and I think on some level, like all of us want someone who has options, so to speak, because that means they're a good dating, mating, marriage, or, long-term relationship candidate. I mean, that's just part and parcel of what makes you qualified to be in a relationship. And the fact that other people, it'd be strange to want someone that absolutely zero other people in the world would find attractive. I mean, maybe on some level you see some unique thing in them that no one else can see, but
right.
I think that's just a natural thing. But you want somebody who has other options but chooses you, I think, and you want to have that mutually. And I think that's what makes a relationship work. Jasmine Cano Gomez. Oh, this was her super chat with my message. Caught you, Jasmine. Double mention. Quazakule says, hi, Amelie Taylor. No based quasi take today. I'm tired and confused. LOL. I'll just timestamp this super chat like I did the rest. Have a nice day.
Love it. Thank you so much, Quazakule. We always look forward to your super chat, so we appreciate you.
Yes, indeed. I think we're all tired and confused after 2 hours of that video.
I think so.
Genesis Jones says, hey, this is the first live I've been able to catch. I hope you guys try to stick to facts and approach political convos neutrally.
Yeah, we do. We do try to stick to facts as
Did
much
we?
as much as we can.
Yeah, let us know how we did today.
Yeah, let us know.
It wasn't really political.
There was no facts involved in this one. There's just reading and psychoanalyzing going on.
Angie Hicks says, first super chat. Don't catch you live often. Thanks for making me not feel so alone in the world.
Oh, thank you so much, Angie. Yeah, we're all here. We're all chilling. We're all listening to stuff and throwing our ideas out there. So I'm glad that it's made you feel less alone.
Kimbot says, okay, one of the very few ... smiley face. Appreciate you.
Okay, one of the very few.
A follow-up to something else?
I am confused.
Oh, her earlier one was, thanks for being the only Zoomer I know who's logical and stuff.
Oh, yes, thank you. One of the very few will take it.
Indeed. All right, just I think one more coming in here at the buzzer. This is Nicodemus, 1984, says, indeed, Taylor, I had to ask ChatGPT the technical terms in English. It's already not that simple in French. That's right, he's in France. Give me a shot at reading your French one next time, and I'll try to translate it myself, but probably won't do the best job.
We'll take it, Nicodemus. I'd love to hear that. Guys, that's our final super chat. And let's close on our show. And we reacted to, will the truth destroy these couples? Lie detector test. Apparently it destroyed one of them. So RIP to those two girls. Hopefully they figure their stuff out and come out on the other end of it, whether they're in a relationship or alone. Let us know in the comments down below how you felt about everything we reacted to today. Some of our thoughts. Did you make the same read? Did you make a different read? As always, if you disagree with me, do get out in the comments down below as we encourage healthy debate on this channel, but do so respectfully. Please. And if you like this video, like, subscribe, click the notification bell to be notified every single time we're live. That's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern. Plus, we post videos for you guys every single day. Tomorrow's video is about how a lot of woke activists who claim to, dislike white people or that white people are the oppressors, they end up dating white people, and we're trying to unpack that and figure out why. I can't wait for you guys to see that one and give your thoughts, so keep an eye out. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day. I will see you tomorrow.